it work right now in a bowl game when they haven't done it.
Capital One Bowl Mania.
Two preseason top 10 teams meet in the postseason at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida, in what has been a spirited week and a good crowd expected on an 80-degree night in Central Florida. Welcome to the Cheez-It Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. And a royal entrance for Prince Chedward as Clemson faces Iowa State. The Tigers at 9-3, the Cyclones at 7-5. Clemson trying to secure its 11th consecutive 10-win season, which would be the third longest in college football history.
Believe in self and team. Everybody got that? You got it right here. Let's freaking put on a show tonight. The best four, our last four, and our best four. Everybody together. Pray for each other. Clemson family, you make a statement and walk out here and drop the mic tonight. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Balls up. Hey, let's go.
Dabo getting the troops ready, and here come the Clemson Tigers, ranked 19th in the country. They started the year number 3 in the preseason. They faced another top 5 team in Georgia week 1 and lost to the Bulldogs, who are in the college football playoff. Also losses against NC State in double overtime and at Pitt. But Clemson finished strong, winning its final 5 games and scoring 30 or more in each game. And welcome to the booth, Dave Pash with Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill down on the field. So Clemson's 6 straight appearances in the college football playoff. They miss out this year. Let down? Well, you just heard Dabo's speech to the team, and we talked with him yesterday. He's as fired up for this game as he has been for the last several years. No opt-outs. Everybody's playing, and you can understand why, Dusty, because it's a new era, so to speak, here as they turn the page with a lot of changes on the coaching staff.
No question, and they kept it from within. That's what Dabo likes to do, and he went to change at defensive coordinator, replacing one of the best in the business in Brent Venables, and he goes with a guy in Wes Goodwin who knows this defense. He's been here for 7 years under Brent Venables, and there's not going to be a lot of change. A lot of people will tell you that this is one of the bright young minds in all of defensive coaching, and he gets his opportunity to make the play calls for the first time here tonight. Now offensively, Brandon Streeter's been here 7 years coaching quarterbacks, complete trust from Dabo Swinney, and now he's tutored Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, and now he'll call the plays for DJ Uyunglele to try to get his career back on track.
Yeah, you mentioned that with DJ. Look, this is another opportunity for them to evaluate the quarterback situation going into 2022, and with more on that, let's check in with Tom.
Well, no doubt about that, Dave. DJ Uyunglele has to play better. This is about performance at Clemson. Now, DJ has owned his performance. He has not pointed fingers. He realizes he better compete because coming in is Cade Klubnik, number 3 quarterback in the 2022 class, going to be enrolling here in January. Competition is going to get hot for DJ Uyunglele. A win today, a big performance, catapults him into the offseason.
And on the other side, Tom, you got an Iowa State team like Clemson was in the top 10 preseason. They have a veteran quarterback in Brock Purdy who's meant a lot to this program. They will be without a couple of key players tonight, though, due to opt-outs. They were 7th preseason, picked to finish 2nd in the Big 12, but they had an early season loss to Iowa, which will be playing in the stadium on Saturday against Kentucky. And then they got into conference play, and they went 5-4, but all 4 of those losses were by just 1 score. Coming off a win in the Fiesta Bowl less than a year ago. And when you look at Iowa State, we mentioned a couple opt-outs. Breece Hall, their All-American running back, he's not going to play. We just got word earlier today that Mike Rose, their outstanding linebacker, decided late that he would not play in this game. And you look at their quarterback, Brock Purdy probably doesn't get enough credit nationally for what he's meant to this Iowa State program, which is in a bowl game for the 5th straight year. That's saying something for the Cyclones.
He epitomizes this Iowa State culture under Matt Campbell. He's got true toughness, and he is a winner. The winningest quarterback in the history of Iowa State football. Extremely accurate with the football this year, worked on several things, and continued to improve. He's going to have to put forth a big effort tonight against one of college football's best defenses. Going to be fun to watch this thing unfold.
Iowa State won the toss, elected to defer, so Clemson will get the football first. So Matt Campbell Second time in 3 years playing in this game. Lost to Notre Dame 2 years ago, but again beat Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. And Dabo Swinney, year 14, seeking his 150th career win, would be the 6th fastest ever to accomplish that feat. Will Shipley is deep. Andrew Mevis will kick it off for Iowa State. And we are underway here in Orlando. And this will be a touchback. It will come out to the 25 for sophomore quarterback DJ Uiagalelei. Coming out of high school in California, he was the #1 rated pocket passer. Things went great last year in terms of his numbers in the 2 starts, 4 touchdowns and no picks. He won 1, lost 1. Struggled this year. Same number of touchdowns as interceptions. Had the worst QBR in the ACC. Now, there were some really good quarterbacks in the conference, but as Tom mentioned, he didn't have the year that everybody thought he would. He was in the Heisman Trophy conversation in preseason.
Well, he's got great size at 6'4", 250, a good runner, and we'll see some quick game, I think, here early to get him some confidence.
Gonna hand it off to Shipley on first down, and he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
Take a look at some of these impacts today. A couple of wills coming at you. Will Shipley, fantastic true freshman running back who's been great the last couple of games, over 100 yards and defensively. Will McDonald, the Iowa State all-time sack leader, really does an outstanding job with speed getting after the quarterback.
22 sacks the last 2 years for McDonald. Here's Uiagalelei to throw, and a catch made at the 31-yard line. True freshman Dakari Collins, his 11th catch of the season. One of the issues for Clemson, offensive line hasn't been great, and they have a different starter tonight at center with Mason Trotter out because of a violation of team rules. So you got Hunter Rayburn moving over from guard, and they also have some injuries at wide receiver. No Justin Ross, E.J. Williams out as well, but COVID, the reason that he's not playing.
John Haycock showing a lot of bodies at the line of scrimmage if he brings pressure on this first 3rd down.
3rd and 4. They don't. Uiagalelei with a strong throw and a first down. That's Dabo's son, Will Swinney, 7th catch on the season, but his 69th career game at Clemson, a first down.
Really nice job right here by Swinney, sitting down in the soft part in that zone. Drop 8, little hole there in that zone. Good identification by Will Swinney, and a nice find there by DJ Uiagalelei on the first 3rd down.
Gain of 12. Out to the 42-yard line. They go back to the ground game, and this is Kobe Pace, who changed his number to number 7 for this game, and he picks up about 4 yards.
I like this 2-back set we see here. They utilized it quite a bit against South Carolina, both Kobe Pace and Will Shipley in the game. They've been depleted at wide receiver throughout the course of the season. Opens up this rushing attack, and these guys are viable options in the throw game as well.
Play action here, and a swing pass out in space. Shipley gets the first down. He's inside the 40-yard line, and look at that. Running through that tackle by a short tackler in Greg Eisworth, and he paid for it.
I love the blocking on the perimeter. How about Bo Collins getting a key block, and then the tight end Davis Allen. And man, Will Shipley, he can make you miss in a phone booth. Nice job in the open field by the true freshman running back.
And again, you see that power finishing the play as well.
Tell you what, Dusty, he is a great pass catcher as we're seeing tonight.
12th catch on the season, Tom. First down here. And they run it again between the tackles. Shipley pushed back at the 31-yard line, so a gain of 4. Check that was Kobe Pace, the ball carrier.
This is really the last 2 or 3 games of the season, really the last half of the season. Their identity became more of a team moving players at the line of scrimmage and running the football. Going to be a key here against this Iowa State defense.
Pace again, and he's drilled at the 29-yard line. Initial hit was by Bo Freeler, a true freshman who's getting the start. We talked about Rose opting out. Isheem Young is in the transfer portal. He's another starter at the linebacker/safety position that's not playing tonight.
I like this true freshman safety, man. He will come down and hit you. Great size at 6'2", 205. Nice tackle right around the line of scrimmage, setting up this 3rd and medium.
And in this defense, you better play like a linebacker when you're playing safety.
No doubt, Tom.
Basically interchangeable for John Haycock in his 6th year as the D coordinator. Misdirection. Pace has the first down inside the 25-yard line. Is able to get away from an ankle tackle and is down to the 18. So that's an 11-yard gain and another conversion.
Sprint draw. Watch the left side of the offensive line. Cave down here, and then another key block right here at 71, Jordan McFadden. Perfect block there on Orion Harris, helping set the edge and allow Kobe Pace to pick up the yards for the first down.
Against the defense that was 10th nationally in yards allowed. And another run play. It's Shipley inside the 15, and again, not afraid to lower the shoulder there on the defender, Freeler. That's a good gain on first down.
Well, he is a physical runner. You better get your pads down when you're trying to tackle number one, Will Shipley, as he rolls out of bounds.
No, Dusty, I've been watching this kid for 5 years now, since he was in 8th grade. He's always just been a step ahead. Tough, powerful, quick, explosive, total package in the backfield.
Just got 8 yards on first down. Pace will get the call here on second down, and going to be close to a first. Isaiah Lee on the hit. See where they mark it. Appears to be just short, so third down and inches here. Third down has not been a problem so far on this drive. Clemson 2 for 2.
Be surprised at this point if we see anything other than Will Shipley getting the football. The power he's shown from the backfield.
Play 11 of the drive, and instead it's Uiagalelei keeping it and getting the first down to the 7-yard line. 6'4", 250 pounds, so not a bad decision there by Brandon Streeter calling plays for the first time.
And we talked about this, Tom, coming into this game, and Brandon Streeter kind of reinforced it. We were surprised we haven't seen more quarterback run game with the big body DJ Uiagalelei throughout the course of the season. We fully expect that here tonight.
No doubt, and when they get into the two-back sets, now it's a three-headed monster in the run game, and you're right, this tempo and quarterback run, it's coming.
First full year as the starter, replacing Trevor Lawrence. Now with the Jaguars, as Shipley is cut down at the line of scrimmage. Orion Vance, who was the defensive MVP in the Fiesta Bowl last year, was in there first, along with Craig McDonald. Brandon Streeter, who was hired as the quarterback coach back in 2014 and the recruiting coordinator, so he recruited Trevor Lawrence and DJ Uiagalelei. You talked about it earlier, Dusty played quarterback here as well at Clemson. Has called plays before at Richmond and Liberty, so it's not his first time doing it at a program like Clemson. Uiagalelei nowhere to go. It's Freeler again there for Iowa State. Third down and goal coming up.
Freeler just flying downhill from that center field safety position. Good open field tackle of the big body quarterback. Crucial third down here for Clemson. They've really utilized the tight end 84 Davis Allen quite a bit as of late. It's been a bit of a safety valve. I like 84 Davis Allen or Will Shipley out of the backfield catching the football.
Clemson has a true freshman starting at left guard in Marcus Tate. They've been running it pretty well, but I think he just moved. It was either Rayburn or Tate. Doesn't matter either way, it's 5 yards.
Snap, offense number 55, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And it's on Rayburn, the center. Again, played guard for most of the season, but moving over with Mason Trotter not available today.
It's been a revolving door all year. 7 different offensive line combinations coming into tonight. And as you mentioned, no Trotter, move Hunter Rayburn over. Crucial penalty there, setting up third and long. Try to get in the end zone.
Third and goal on the 11. Uiagalelei takes off. And down to about the 6. You wonder if they ran that because they planned to go for it on fourth down. Will McDonald was all over that play. And the offense is staying on the field for now. And then Dabo changes and says, let's bring on BT Potter to get us 3 points out of this long drive.
You got to take your points here, right? I mean, think about this drive that they've put together here. Almost 8 minutes they've chewed off the clock to not come away with points. You'd really be kicking yourself. A little surprised, a little conservative play call there on third and goal from the 11 on this opening possession.
BT Potter has made 11 straight. He's missed only 4 all year. 23-yard attempt. After an 8-minute drive, Clemson comes away with points. And Iowa State will get the ball for the first time when we come back to Central Florida.
I gotta know. Rise from pain. Icy hot.
Welcome back to Orlando, where Clemson has a 3-0 lead after a 15-play, 8-minute drive, including 6 plays in the red zone, but they had to settle for a field goal in part because of a false start. This is an excellent defense. You look at the red zone numbers, maybe not the best, but overall, 2 top 10 defenses. Clemson had trouble scoring in the red zone. They only had 9 touchdown passes all year from DJ Uiagalelei. And Iowa State will get the ball for the first time. Jalen Null will let it sail over his head for a touchback.
Iowa State has been fantastic in the red zone all year. Lived through there.
So Brock Purdy holds 32 program records, winningest quarterback in the history of Iowa State. Top 10 in Big 12 history in completions, passing yards, total offense. One of only 6 in the conference with more than 10,000 passing yards and over 1,000 rushing yards. Maybe the expectations early on for Brock Purdy were too high because the program got off to a great start in his tenure. I think everybody started to expect by year 2 or 3 he'd be in the Heisman discussion, but outside of that, he's had a terrific career. Big reason why the Cyclones are where they are as a program. They run it on first down. Jirel Brock, who's in for Breece Hall, the All-America running back who opted out and is going to be a high draft pick.
Yeah, they're going to miss Breece Hall. Man, he is such a key component of this offense. Jirel Brock going to get a great opportunity tonight, and Iowa State up to the line of scrimmage very quickly as they look to the sideline. No Xavier Hutchinson in the ball game to start in this opening possession as Iowa State motions Brock out to go empty.
He's got a thumb injury, but he did warm up, and he is out there in full pads. Purdy from the pocket has a completion to his sure-handed tight end, Charlie Kohler, one of the best in the country, and also an excellent student. In fact, he won the Campbell Trophy, which is the academic Heisman, and he is close to a first down. Be 3rd and 1 though.
Uses his body so well, 6'6", 260, kind of posted up there, shielded the defender away. Good ball placement from Purdy.
And Brock is wrapped up in the backfield and spilled. Miles Murphy shoots through that offensive line and gets the takedown to force a punt.
Well, it's a great defensive front. Miles Murphy, he's the bell cow. Watch him right here just shoot through the defensive line. That offensive lineman goes away, up the field. Miles Murphy goes. Excellent first step. And that's what this Clemson defense does. They create negative plays, sacks, tackles for loss, and the opening possession there for Wes Goodwin off to a great start.
I'll tell you, the 3 and out, Dusty, when you had an 8-minute offensive performance that Clemson has, puts so much pressure on Iowa State offensively.
Nevis, who's also the punter as well as the place kicker, hangs it high and deep, and the fair catch made by Will Brown. Only a 38-yard punt, though. A stop on 3rd down by Miles Murphy. 3-0 Tigers.
Tonight, Cheez-It brings us together with
The Cheez-It Bowl is brought to you by Cheez-It. Cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
Yeah, the Cheez-It Bowl pep rallies for both teams held yesterday afternoon. One of the best things we've seen, one of the best moments of bowl season, Dabo Swinney and Matt Campbell, the 2 head coaches, riding together on a roller coaster, sitting next to one another.
You won't even sit next to me on a roller coaster, Dave. Jeez. These guys have so much respect for one another. 2 of the great culture-building head coaches in all of college football. And you're right. Anytime these bowl games, all these different activities, always great to see these coaches enjoying it, embracing the moment.
Well, you're so intense, man. I'm just worried that you're going to get all fired up and knock me off the roller coaster. That's why I got to sit in a separate carriage.
Who are we kidding here? We won't even sit next to you in a car.
That's a good point from both of you.
And, of course, we've got college football playoff semifinals December 31st. Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Capital One Orange Bowl, Bama, Cincinnati, Michigan, Georgia. Clemson offense back on the field for the second time, leading 3-0 after an 8-minute drive to start the game. Uiagalelei with a swing pass out of the backfield, and Pace is past the 35-yard line and close to a first down.
It's good perimeter blocking. It was trips to the field. They get out in front. All three of these guys. Nice job. Really, it's Sweeney with a nice cut block. And you see Pace with the ability to make defenders miss in the open field. Quality pickup on first down. Staying true to what we thought. Quick game, easy throws here early for DJ Uiagalelei.
They were 103rd in pass offense. They try to run it here and nowhere to go as Zach Peterson is all over Pace in the backfield, a loss of a couple.
Well, that's how you set a firm edge. Zach Peterson gets up the field, digs that out from underneath the offensive lineman, Will Putnam, nowhere for Pace to go, but looked like second and very short, now third in medium. Quality stop there by the senior. Honorable mention, all Big 12 this year for Peterson. A big play on second down.
The offensive coordinator, Brandon Streeter, in for Tony Elliott, now the head coach at Virginia. Good play by Uiagalelei that time. Finds Davis Allen as tight end for his 27th catch of the year, and a first down.
Well, Anthony Johnson, the corner, was put in conflict. As Uiagalelei tucked the ball to run it, Johnson took one step at him, and he left his man, Davis Allen, the sideline. Quality decision there by DJ to find his tight end and move the sticks.
So he's 5 for 5 passing here in the opening quarter. He'll throw it again here off play action. Has time. Wide receiver is wide open. It's pulled in by Collins, his second catch in Iowa State territory, as somehow Iowa State left him alone on that far sideline for 15 yards.
Watch this protection here by the offensive line. It's only a three-man rush, which you typically see. Running back standing for Will McDonald, a quality route outside. Dakari Collins puts his foot to the ground, turns on the comeback. The cornerback, Anthony Johnson, keeps running. Easy pitch and catch for a first down.
In Iowa State territory for the second time. Run play straight ahead. Shipley down to the 42-yard line. Shipley, a true freshman who has had 2 consecutive 100-yard games, 3 on the season. He missed 3 games due to injury. Otherwise, he would have had probably 1,000 yards. He's right around 700 right now, and 10 touchdowns on the season.
Brandon Streeter said he picked up this offense faster than any running back he's been around. High praise from everybody within this program for Will Shipley.
His running back coach is C.J. Spillers in the College Football Hall of Fame. Great running back at Clemson. Unable to handle that pass, though. It was a little high by DJ. Incomplete, so it'll bring up third down.
Haven't seen Iowa State bring much pressure here. They love to drop 8, only rush 3. See here if John Haycock gets a little bit more aggressive, tries to heat up the Clemson quarterback on what feels like a big third down early in this game.
It is hot, it is humid, it's above 80 degrees at 6:15 local time. Under the lights at Camping World Stadium. Uiagalelei hit, throws a deep ball, it's underthrown and incomplete. He was going for Bo Collins, and it was broken up by Tavon Kyle.
When on cue, John Haycock says, we're going to heat up this quarterback. Watch Bo Freeler, going to come scot-free up the middle, unaccounted for, with a big hit on the quarterback and an outstanding job down the field in coverage. That pass breakup, dialed up the blitz, got the ball in the quarterback's hand quickly, and good coverage down the field, gets the Cyclones defense off the field.
I tell you, Dusty, he had him beat. If he throws that and lets him run under it, it's a touchdown. It was just an underthrown football under duress.
Will Spires on 4th and 6, trying to pin Iowa State deep, and not what they were hoping for. At the 17-yard line, the fair catch is made by Knoll.
Was two of the best defenses in all of college football coming into tonight, and we're seeing it here on display in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Doorbell Pro free.
Breece Hall, one of the top running backs in all of college football. 24 consecutive games with a rushing touchdown. That's an FBS record. He led the country in total touchdowns this year with 23. First team All-America. Junior from Wichita, Kansas. Not playing tonight. Opting out. Going to the NFL. Will be a high draft pick.
I think he's the best running back coming out. I love his size, his strength, such a patient running back. And then he has that tremendous burst. He's going to be a phenomenal pro, and what a great career he had at Iowa State.
There is some good news for Iowa State in terms of a guy that's playing. More on that after this play as Purdy throws off his back foot, and it's caught by Chase Allen for a gain of about 3 out to the 20. We did see Xavier Hutchinson on the field for that last play. And talking with Matt Campbell yesterday, he told us they're the healthiest they've been all year and that everybody was good to go. And then come to find out that Xavier Hutchinson has a broken thumb and had surgery on it, but he did warm up, was not out there for the first series, but we did see him out there for that last play. And also the center, Colin Newell, come to find out again just before kickoff that he's not available because of a foot injury.
Trevor Downing, the outstanding left guard, moves the center, was shuffling on the offensive line against a great D-line.
Purdy throws, that's a strong throw, and a catch close to the line to gain. So you got Tyler Miller in at left tackle as well. That's a guy that's played only 3 games on the season. He's 6'9", now playing left tackle with all the shifting up front.
Yeah, and Dusty, when I was talking with Matt Campbell pregame, he thinks Downing will be the #1 center in college football next year. He said, in fact, we've been so banged up across the board, we've just tried to keep our best 5 in the same place at once, but if I could do it again, he'd be the center. So they're in good hands for Brock Purdy.
So if they can give a first down here on 3rd and 1, and they do with Jirel Brock, who came in with just 23 rushes on the season because Breece Hall was getting it every single play.
Quality forward lean right there for Jirel Brock. Not a whole lot going. He just lowers his shoulder, keeps the feet churning, and moves the chains.
There are other options. Eli Sanders is injured, a true freshman that had 9 touches. Deion Silas had only 11 rushes, and they're talking about burning his red shirt unless they just feed Brock the whole game. Silas has played already in 4 games, so we'll see if we see the true freshman from Memphis at all, or if it's just Brock. Final seconds here of the first quarter. First down for Iowa State, just shy of its 30-yard line. And it's Brock again with running room to the second level. First down out to the 43-yard line for a gain of 14.
Well, it's an outstanding job off the right side. Schweiger and Simmons open up a huge hole. And you see Brock with the speed hitting that downhill for a big pickup to wrap up this first quarter.
Iowa State starting to get something going on offense after Clemson had the ball for most of that first quarter. It's 3-0 Tigers after 1.
Team, it's been a grind.
Of us all.
Welcome back to the Cheez-It Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville in Orlando, Florida. Clemson leading Iowa State 3-0. Happy holidays to you and yours. Happy New Year. 2022 right around the corner. Good crowd here at Camping World Stadium. A lot of Clemson Tiger fans in particular making the trip. 6 straight years in the college football playoff, but despite not making it this year, coaches, players, and fans pretty fired up for this one. Purdy going deep. Hutchinson laying out. Broken thumb and all. He makes the catch inside the 20-yard line.
Wow, how about the toughness by Hutchinson? Watch the route. Little stutter, great with his hands, gets past Goodrich in a full extension, bringing that ball in. Broken thumb don't matter for one of the best receivers in the Big 12. Explosive play to start this second quarter.
And Dusty, if you look at Hutchinson, it's his left hand. He's got a soft cast, so he doesn't have full mobility. And you know what? Brock Purdy, too? Holy smokes, he's not a deep ball passer. That was one of the best throws he's made downfield all year long.
But the concentration through that catch, Dave, getting the arms underneath the football. Outstanding effort.
That's his 83rd catch. He led the Big 12 and set a school record. They go back to the run game and Brock, and he gets nothing. But Hutchinson, a senior, first team All Big 12 for the second straight year. He's from Jacksonville, Florida. 5 touchdowns on the year. And with that 36-yard catch, he's about 10 yards away from 1,000 on the season.
Back-to-back first-team All Big 12 nods, and a player that's just gotten better and better and better. And great news for Cyclones fans. He's decided to come back next season and help this football team continue to roll.
But good job by Clemson to bounce back on that first down run play that goes for no gain. Here's second down and 10. Purdy has a man. It's caught for a first down. It's Kohler down to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Iowa State.
The 6'6" Charlie Kohler, my guy is bigger than your guy. Puts it right in his face. And Kohler goes up and catches that ball at its apex. Nothing there for Levante Bentley to be able to do as he was in trail position. Never got his head around. And a nice pickup to keep this drive rolling down the field.
Mackey Award finalist, Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year, Charlie Kohler. Tons of movement on the first down and goal play, so move Iowa State back 5 yards.
False start, offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's on Tyler Miller, who we were talking about as the replacement left tackle. Bowl season rolls on Friday morning on ESPN with the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Wake Forest, which had a great year. Rutgers is playing in this game now. Coverage starts 11 a.m. on both ESPN and the app. So first and goal from the 15-yard line after the false start against Tyler Miller. Redshirt freshman playing just his 4th game of the season. Thrust in there at left tackle, going up against some pretty good defensive ends. Purdy leaves the pocket, being chased by Xavier Thomas, and Purdy makes a sweet move in the open field there, juking Trenton Simpson and getting about 5 yards.
Good speed to the perimeter here by Purdy. You had Xavier Thomas in full chase, lost his footing. I see you there, Brock Purdy. A little fake throw, side step, getting out of bounds, no contact.
Hey, Dusty, how about the pump fake 5 yards downfield? It doesn't matter where you make it. I can tell you, I've done it. Every defender's going to leave their feet.
Matt Campbell sung the praises of Brock Purdy for about 15 minutes in our conversation with him as they run it here to Brock. He's down to about the 5-yard line, so third and goal coming up. But Purdy is senior from Gilbert, Arizona. 32 school records, including passing touchdowns, total touchdowns, but Matt Campbell said, look, it's his leadership. He is a guy that it doesn't matter if we're winning or losing. He's the same. He's the same every game. He's the same every day. And everybody in that locker room looks to him as the leader.
No question. He's created belief inside that locker room. And I'd watch these two tight ends right here. Chase Allen, Charlie Kohler, 2 big targets that he loves in the red zone.
Purdy off the mark, going for Chase Allen. Boy, kind of awkward. Don't know if Allen saw it or what happened there. He reacted awkwardly.
Ball got on him hot. Just a quick stick route. And as he turns, that ball's already going past him.
Makes you wonder, did he run the wrong route, though? Did he stop too soon based on where the ball was thrown?
Ball thrown just a little bit outside, I think. That's just a simple route. Should have been an easy pitch and catch. Chase Allen had good position. Missed opportunity there for the Cyclone offense.
That's on Brock Purdy, Dusty. And you could tell by his body language at the end of the play, too.
Yeah. So a 22-yard attempt for Andrew Mevis, who's made 14 in a row, make it 15 straight. So both place kickers with short field goals here early second quarter. The game is tied at 3.
Geez, really tasty stuff.
Because they making money. That's what it stands for. Help is on the way.
Coming up next here on ESPN, Riverwalk, the Valero Alamo Bowl with Oregon taking on Oklahoma from the Alamo Dome. It's also available on the ESPN app. Bob Stoops is coaching that game, but it will be Brent Venables taking over from there. Longtime defensive coordinator at both Oklahoma and here at Clemson.
So happy for him. Such a passionate coach, one of the best coaches I've ever had the chance to be around. One of the best defensive coordinators college football has probably seen in the last 20 or 30 years. what he's meant to this Clemson dynasty, it's hard to put into words. And
well, you would know as you played for Venables at Oklahoma, back when you had hair down to your ankles, although you can't really tell there, but I know you have a great relationship and a ton of respect for Coach Venables and what he did for you when you were playing for the Sooners.
He's as good a coach as you'll find anywhere. Again, truly loves his players, passionate about football, and you know what's great is as good as he was at Oklahoma, having the chance to come to Clemson, he's only gotten better. And one of his sons right there, Jake Venables, Tyler, another one of his sons here, and he just has loved his time here at Clemson. I think the Clemson family loves him. Worked out so well. The defense they put together since he got here, unmatched in college football, but I can't wait to see what the tenure looks like in Norman, Oklahoma.
Will Shipley gets the carry here on first down, pushback after a gain of about 2 or 3. So you think about what Dabo Swinney has done now with Brent Venables, the highest paid defensive coordinator for the last several years in college football, going to be a head coach. He hires from within. He goes to Wes Goodwin, a guy that's never called plays before. He's been a defensive assistant. He's been an analyst in 2 previous stints with Clemson. He spent some time with Bruce Arians when he was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals as Arians' assistant. But everybody that we've talked to says Goodwin is going to be a star. Uyunglele's pass off the mark, intended for Collins. 3rd down. So Goodwin, who just turned 37 years old yesterday, along with Mickey Kahn, who's the co-defensive coordinator, but it will be Goodwin calling the shots.
And he was Brent Venables' right-hand man for the last 4 years, and Coach V told me he's awesome, brilliant, thinks coaches with instincts and anticipation, humble yet very confident, and he understands football deeply and thinks he's going to do a great job. And we will see what the defense looks like under him. Big 3rd down here for this Clemson offense now.
Texting with Bruce Arians last night, he said he knew when he was coaching the Cardinals that Wes Goodwin would be a star. Uyunglele pitched it forward. That should have been caught by Shipley. Good improvisation by the quarterback, but Shipley just dropped the ball. 4th down.
Yeah, no question here. It's a good pass rush coming off the edge. Really nowhere for Uyunglele to go with the ball down the field. He locates Shipley. That's a ball that he's got to catch. Allows it to come to his body. Bounces off the shoulder pads, and a quick 3 and out for this Iowa State defense.
You know, I was thinking too when we were talking with Dabo yesterday about the hire, Wes Goodwin, that I wonder if Dabo sees some of himself in Goodwin. Dabo was a former walk-on at Alabama as a wide receiver. When he got the head coaching job 14 years ago, a lot of people were like, who? So Dabo's had a ton of success here, and he hopes for the same for his new D coordinator.
Easiest way to Chipotle.
The Cheez-It Bowl is brought to you by Cheez-It. Cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
Last Monday, a Cheez-It Bowl day for kids gave some of the players from both teams the opportunity to venture to the Fun Spot America theme park here in Orlando. Enjoyed the day at the park with children from the historic West Lakes neighborhoods that surround the stadium.
Would you do that one?
Heck no.
Come on.
Crazy.
You can't be scared. You work with Bill Walton on college basketball.
It's not about
scared.
It's not about being scared. It's about being sick.
Good point.
So delicate. Don't forget, boys, coming up later tonight, Valero Alamo Bowl, Oklahoma and Oregon. Here, 3-3 game. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville. 3-3 Tigers, Cyclones. Clemson trying to get to 10 wins for the 11th consecutive year. That'd be the 3rd longest ever as Purdy throws on first down and dumps it off to Allen, the tight end. But there's James Skalski playing his 69th career game, 6th-year player who won 5 ACC championships, making the play.
Remarkable the career he's been able to put together. First team all ACC this season. He's the alpha, he's the leader, knows this defense inside and out, wants to be a coach after his playing days, and he's basically a coach on the field for this team. And talking with Wes Goodwin, this staff, you know, one of the things he does, he pours his knowledge into the other players to help make this entire defense better.
So Deion Silas is in. They're going to burn that red shirt. He gets the carry here, playing in his 5th game, just his 12th attempt. You can see the burst, though, off the right side for about 9 yards.
Yeah, great speed to the perimeter. Quality block there by 11, Chase Allen. help open up that hole and allow Silas to get to the edge.
I'll tell you, Dusty, he better have great speed because he's not very big compared to what they've been playing with the last few years.
Yeah, you see it there on the screen. Tom 5'8", 185. Brees Hall 6'1", 220, off to the NFL. Jairo Brock back on the field here now.
Previous play is under review to determine where the runner went out of bounds.
Okay, so they're going to check this out. We'll step away with the score tied 3-3, Iowa State Clemson.
Tonight, Cheez-It brings us to
daily, so see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
So the ruling in the field was that he got a first down out to the 48-yard line, but replay stopped it, and as you see here, right foot of Deion Silas out of bounds in between the 44 and the 45-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 here for Iowa State early in the second quarter. Matt Campbell in his 6th year as the head coach, Big 12 Coach of the Year 3 times. And he and his staff have done a tremendous job with this program. School record 5th consecutive bowl game. They lost a bunch of players to the transfer portal, 11 guys, and they got to replace Brock Purdy, who's meant a ton to this program. But based on recent history, the Cyclones coaching staff will do that. Here's Purdy in trouble, steps up, gets out of there, being chased by Skelski and dives for the first down at the 48-yard line.
Great awareness on the field by Brock Purdy. It's good coverage by the Clemson secondary. And Brock Purdy, as he does so well, escapes a little bit of pressure, sidesteps, sees open grass, and dives forward to move the chains.
Skelski was shaken up on the play, a timeout by Clemson. Skelski had to go to the sideline. He was hobbling off.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout by the Tigers. They have 2 remaining.
Cheez-It snacks are the most satisfying combination of.
Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
School record 69th game at Clemson for James Skalski, but he was injured on the previous play.
Watch him as he's going to try to run down Brock Purdy. Tough to tell exactly what he did. Kind of pulls up lame there as he tries to throttle down. He gets to the sideline, but a key component for this Clemson defense. And Balin Spector, the other veteran linebacker, not available to play as he had a hand injury. All of a sudden now you're digging deep into the depth of this Clemson linebacking core.
There's Spector. You also saw Nolan Turner, who has a boot on his left foot. He was standing next to Skalski on the sideline. First down for Purdy on the run. Now play action, throws over the middle. It's caught for a first down at the 40-yard line. The true freshman, Jalen Null, inside the 30. And out of bounds at the 25-yard line for a 23-yard gain.
Well, the RPO draws the linebackers up. Watch these backers fly downhill, and there's going to be a ton of open grass in the middle of the field. Just a simple slant, ball thrown well for the talented true freshman Null to make a big play.
35 catches on the season coming in. They run Brock off the left side. Nothing there. Tyler Davis and Rook Orororo was just waiting all day to say that.
Well done.
Sitting there on the stop.
Executed perfect.
Wow. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was just the Orororo, but the first name is Rook. So it's...
He's a really good player.
Oh, he is. Talented sophomore from Nigeria. 6'4", 300 pounds.
Their entire front, 2 to 3 deep, they all look like him.
And they're outstanding. Penetrators, difference makers.
2nd and 10. Purdy facing pressure and just throws it away. Again, you see just how good, not only big but athletic, those guys up front. That was Tyler Davis.
And Tyler Davis, so talented, had a biceps injury that he missed a couple of games midway through the season. That was a simple inside twist game. And when you watch Clemson on tape, they are so well coached by defensive tackles coach Todd Bates. Their wraps are so tight. They're able to get to the quarterback well. Nice job right there by Tyler Davis getting Brock Purdy out of the pocket, forcing the throw out of bounds.
See what Purdy does here.
Up top, Kolar singled up.
Instead, Purdy going the other way and not on the same page with his freshman receiver, Jalen Null, on its 4th down.
Miscommunication right there. You see Noel look back at the quarterback, Brock Purdy. He went one way. Brock thought he was going to go another way. A little miscommunication on 3rd and long.
Brock letting him have it, too. The veteran letting the young guy know you got to move away from coverage, not go into coverage.
Beavis made a 22-yarder. This is a 43-yard attempt. He's made 15 in a row. And this one misses wide to the right. So the streak is over, and Clemson holds. Iowa State comes away with nothing. And we'll be back in 10 seconds after a message from Ally.
However you're watching this game, and no matter who you want to win, for everything we do, we're all better off with an Ally. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. 3-3 midway through the second quarter here on an 80-degree humid night in Orlando.
You know, since that first drive, Clemson went right down the field, 15 plays, shoot up over 8 minutes a clock. The last couple of possessions, they haven't been able to get much going. See what Brandon Streeter dials up here. I'd like to see him get back to trying to run the football with Will Shipley.
Shipley has 5 carries. Kobe Pace with 6. Uiagalelei has run it 3 times. He'll throw it here, and it's an on-target pass to Dakari Collins, who's caught 3 balls in this game. He had 10 catches all season. True freshman from Atlanta. It's a first down.
Good route once again by Dakari Collins. As he gets Detrone Young turned around a little bit, on target there for Uiagalelei. Dakari Collins really gaining confidence and made huge strides throughout the course of this season.
He's a big target, 6'4", 215 pounds. Here's a quick pitch that Iowa State is all over. Shipley wrapped up by 3 Cyclones. Zach Peterson leading the charge. Negative play, loss of 1.
Well, John Haycock dialed it up. Anthony Johnson, he brought a cat blitz, a corner blitz off the boundary right into where that toss went. Excellent call by the Iowa State defensive coordinator. And then the pursuit was on as Shipley tried to cut it back. Nowhere to go on this Cyclones defense.
6th year for John Haycock as the DC. -3 starters, including Mike Rose. Would have started his 50th game. He opted out for this game. There he is again. Collins getting another first down. That was 2nd and 11. And Uiagalelei's pass on the mark. And they moved the sticks after the gain of 13.
The tight end, Davis Allen, went vertical, cleared everything out. A simple square in from the outside by Dakari Collins. And a good find by Uiagalelei as true freshman has become a quarterback's favorite target here in this first half.
Uiagalelei pump fake. And now firing down the sideline behind the receiver. Wow, Sweeney absolutely got smoked by Greg Eisworth. And here comes a penalty marker. Unnecessary roughness likely the call. Will's dad doesn't like it. The fact that his son got lit up that time by Eisworth on clearly a play where the ball was already past him and incomplete, wasn't going to be caught. Unnecessary hit by Eisworth.
The result of the play is an incomplete pass. After the play, personal foul, late hit, unnecessary roughness, defense number 12. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Greg Eisworth is a veteran player. I think he must have just got a little bit lost as to where he was on the field. Not a smart play whatsoever. This is a veteran that knows better than that. Costly penalty there on a guy who's made 4 different all-Big 12 teams and really one of the key leaders of this Cyclones defense. Poor decision with that hit out of bounds.
3-time captain. So Clemson inside the Iowa State 40-yard line, 6 minutes remaining in the half. Clemson going to keep it on the ground with Shipley. Down to the 35-yard line, so a pickup of 3, tackled by Jake Hummel, their leading tackler.
You know, it's pretty remarkable when you look at this Cyclone defense. 3-3-5, right? Yet they can still stop the run. And they deploy that 5 guys in secondary, the 3 safety high look to really limit explosive plays down the field. Yet they're still so good at minimizing rushing attacks. It's why John Haycock is revered around all football for this scheme.
Uiagalelei dumping it off to Shipley out in space inside the 30, got the first down, a flag down, Shipley inside the 10 and all the way to the 5. Let's see if it comes back up. The flag was thrown around the 15-yard line. Usually that's offensive holding. Now the Pac-12 crew, Chris Coit, is our referee.
Man, Streeter dialed that up perfectly. Well executed initially.
During the run, illegal block in the back, offense number 71. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, replay second down.
Jordan McFadden, left tackle, the guilty party.
He's the best of the bunch of this Clemson offensive line. He gets out in front. You can see he hits McDonald in the back. McDonald tries to knife underneath that block. Good call there by the official, negating a big play for this Clemson offense.
So second down and 8. Here's Pace looking for some running room, and it's not there. Gobbled up by Isaiah Lee and Orion Vance. Bowl season rolls on Thursday night, the 53rd annual Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Pitt, number 12 in the country, against 10th-ranked Michigan State. Pat Narduzzi, who's the head coach of the Panthers, longtime defensive coordinator for Mark D'Antonio in East Lansing.
Be a fun game tomorrow night. No Kenneth Walker, no Kenny Pickett, but still, two programs had outstanding season. That'll be a fun watch.
I'm going to get back to the Pickett story in a second here as Uiagalelei on the move, looking downfield and throws it away. Pickett is a great example of a player that decided to come back, not just to improve his draft status, because we had this conversation, we had Pickett and Pitt week 2, we talked to the coaching staff. He wanted to come back and win. He accomplished both. He's going to be a first-round or second-round draft pick. He probably would have been 4th or 5th last year, and they won the ACC.
No doubt. He wanted to come back, win a championship, be in the Pitt record books, and improve his draft stock. Check, check, check. What a phenomenal season for Kenny Pickett and Pitt.
Meanwhile, B.T. Potter attempting a 51-yard field goal. Mevis missed on the other end for Iowa State a moment ago. This one looks good. And it is good. From 51, that is a season long. And Clemson leads it 6-3 with 4:07 to go in the half.
But Potter has been outstanding this season. Big field goal. In a game with this much defense, every point going to count. Nice job cashing in there by the Clemson kicker.
This season, along with their contributions to universities' general scholarship funds for every field goal and extra point made, Allstate also donated to the American Red Cross to help with disaster relief efforts. Thank you, Allstate. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville here in Orlando. Good showing for both programs coming on the road here to watch their teams play the final game of 2021 for each school.
My kind of game too, man. Defensive slugfest, and we thought that coming in. Two of the best defenses in all of college football. It's been on display here today, and we'll see if Skowski will be able to make it back in. Looks a little dejected over there on the sidelines. Be a real key if he's not able to return.
Iowa State has all of its timeouts. A touchback and come out to the 25. Take a look at the Bowl Challenge Cup standings brought to you by Progressive. The Bowl Challenge Cup awarded to the conference with the best winning percentage of the postseason. Here's how it breaks down right now. The American 3-0. If the American stays unbeaten, boy, that would be a story, because that would mean Cincinnati is in the national championship game.
No question. How about what the future of the Big 12 looks like? As I might imagine Bob Bowlesby watching here tonight, is Oklahoma, Texas going to depart at some point? You've got, big win yesterday by Houston. UCF already knocked off Florida. You've got Cincinnati in the playoff and BYU with a great season. Future for the Big 12 looking bright.
First down for Iowa State from its 25-yard line. Play action here. Purdy setting up. It's a tight end screen to Chase Allen. Tracked down at the 30-yard line.
Guys, you notice 47, James Skowski, not in the game. They've been over here taking a look at him. It's a lower extremity. I can't figure out if it's a knee or if it's an ankle, but he has not been moving. They've been talking with the trainers, and they've got a lot of youth, Dusty, as you mentioned, at linebacker on the field as Iowa State start to heat him up with some tempo.
Purdy forced out of the pocket here, throws back across the middle, and Kohler couldn't hang on. Jeremiah Trotter in coverage. He's one of those young guys that Tom just mentioned.
Yep.
Dad Jeremiah went to 4 Pro Bowls.
Coaching already. Skowski, if he can't impact the game on the field, he's going to impact it over on the sideline. Great veteran leadership over there, trying to get these young guys right.
And Dusty, if they're going to have that much youth with a guy like Trotter, Keith McGuire, number 30, is the other. 22, Trenton Simpson now has to take on that leadership role at the linebacker spot.
Big third down here, not just for Iowa State, but for Clemson, if they can get the ball back to the offense.
Miles Murphy working over there on Miller in his first start.
6'9" left tackle. See how he fares here. Doesn't fare well, but Purdy stepped up and throws complete for a first down. So Purdy climbed the pocket and found his man Sean Shaw out at the 46-yard line.
Such a veteran move here by Brock Purdy. Pressure off the edge, steps up, stays calm, sets his feet, and locates his target in the middle of the field. Big third down throw to move the sticks.
Gain of 17 yards. Purdy, 9 of 13 passing for a $112, playing his final game, making his 46th career start for Iowa State at quarterback. Brock on the carry to midfield and into Clemson territory before they blow it dead. Gain of close to 5. Clock is inside 3 minutes and counting, so Iowa State can take its time here with 3 timeouts.
Tyrell Brock came in the same year as Breece Hall, and he's kind of had to just wait his time. Breece Hall's such a talented running back. He's gotten the bulk of the carries really the last 2.5 seasons, and now it's Tyrell Brock's time to shine. Seen some good things out of him here early in this game, showing some physicality between the tackles.
8 carries in this game. He had 23 all season. Milking that play clock and the game clock, but they got to snap it here with 1. They do. Purdy facing pressure and throws incomplete. He kind of bailed there as he threw it to Chase Allen. He was about to get lit up, just turned away, his back to the defense as E.T. Rubin was coming fast.
Pressure on him from the middle from Rubin. You had Mickens on a blitz off the edge. Wes Goodwin told us we're going to be aggressive. That's who we are. That's not changing with me calling the plays here tonight.
He's the new defensive coordinator taking over for Brent Venables, now the head coach at Oklahoma. See what he does here on 3rd down and 5 against Purdy with 2:11 to go in the half. Clemson up by 3. Pressure coming, Purdy throws, and it's broken up. That was an excellent play by Mario Goodrich. Man, they are really good at corner. Goodrich, Andrew Booth, and it's 4th down.
How about the anticipation here of this route, the break by Goodrich? I mean, phenomenal job. Anticipates that ball coming out, breaks on the football, sidesteps Shaw's big body, not to create contact, but gets his hand in there in the throwing lane. First team all ACC, waited his time. Man, he put together an excellent senior year. Big time stop on 3rd down.
Corey Dunn on to punt here. Clemson will get the ball back with 2 timeouts. Will Brown under it and has it around the 11-yard line. The bowl season continues Thursday on ESPN, starting with the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Battle of the Carolinas. The TransPerfect Music City Bowl features Purdue and Tennessee. And finally, 10:30 Eastern Time, the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, Wisconsin and Arizona State.
What if I dumped a bucket of mayo on your head?
I'd rather have the bucket of Cheez-Its, all right? If you have a choice between one or the other, I'll take the Cheez-Its.
But don't you lose the element of surprise with the mail? Because isn't it going to take like 10 minutes to pour out?
Oh my God! You got to just stand there and take it,
right?
By the way,
dump it on glue on your head.
Luke, so we have all these Cheez-It bags up here. I've gone through about 8 of them. If you can find, you said there were some Buffalo Cheez-Its.
Oh,
if you can
Buffalo
find some of those, please send some up.
That and jalapeno. Me and Dusty already talking about it.
Uyunglele with a short throw on 1st down and a gain of about 4 or 5 for Dakari Collins. Plenty of time here for Clemson. 2 timeouts remaining. keep it on the ground here as Pace gets the first down and more. Out past the 35, pushed out at the 38. Gain of 21 on the play.
Nice job off the right side. Will Putnam with a good key block to help spring that. And you see the burst as well from Kobe Pace. Strong runner with good speed. But him and Will Shipley are a great complement. 1-2 punch in this Clemson backfield.
So Shipley in there now. Uyunglele to throw on first down, has a ton of time. And to the sideline it goes for Davis Allen as tight end. And a gain of about 3. Clock stop with 1:30 to go in the half.
That's smart football right there. Look, part of what Brandon Streeter said with this Iowa State defense, take what the defense gives you. Nothing open down the field, Tom, and a good decision there by the quarterback.
And you see those corners, man, they will fly out of there with people buzzing to the flats. If you just hang in there for a second, they're protected well enough. You're exactly right, Dusty. Just take what they give you, play pitch and catch. Let the wideouts make you look good.
Play action, and that pass off the mark intended for Ngata. We touched on this in the open, but DJ will get some competition next year. Cade Klubnik, who many people have as the top-ranked quarterback in the country, he is coming to Clemson. Tyson Fomachan decided to go into the transfer portal, so if something were to happen to Uyunglele in this game, you're down to freshmen Hunter Helms or Billy Wiles, who's a true freshman and a former walk-on. The evaluation process has been going all year. Will continue into the offseason as to who will be the quarterback for Clemson in 2022 as they try to get back to the college football playoff. Made it 6 straight years until this season. Uyunglele in trouble, has pressure at his feet. Steps up, flips it downfield. That was a great play by Uyunglele to Collins for a first down. Man, when he improvises, he makes some special things happen.
Boy, that was outstanding. Moving to his left, changed his arm angle, locates his target. A nice first down for Bo Collins.
But they want to see more of the simple things, just dropping back and making the right throw. As he pump fakes here, steps up, again on the move, and launches it out of play.
Let's go back to that 3rd and 7 here. Again, pressure coming his way. Nice job avoiding that pressure, climbing up in the pocket, working away. And as he's moving to his left, you see him go about 3/4, locate Bo Collins, and enough to move the chains.
You know, Dusty, that's where arm strength comes into play. You know, normal guys can't make that throw across your body like that off balance, and that's what he's blessed with.
Before Patrick Mahomes, coaches would absolutely kill people for doing that. But now it's like, Mahomes does it and wins Super Bowls and MVP trophies, so it's like Steph Curry in basketball now, where he shoots the ball from the distance. No running room for Pace. Good job by Orion Vance reading that. So we're at 53 seconds and counting here. 3rd and long. Still 2 timeouts for Clemson. Iowa State could have used a timeout here. Decided not to.
Be interesting to see exactly what Clemson does. They dial it back. Let a little bit of clock run down. Timeout.
So Dabo will call a timeout here. That will leave Clemson with 1. 35 seconds on the game clock. Coming up on the Smile Direct Club halftime report, Kevin Agati, Booger McFarland, Joey Galloway joining you from the Orange Bowl to get you up to speed on everything, including the matchup Michigan-Georgia, Stetson Bennett. It says Stetson Bennett against the Michigan D-line, but it's the Georgia O-line, really. I mean, Stetson Bennett's worried about it, but he's hoping his guys up front will take care of Aiden Hutchinson and company.
David Ajabo, probably the best defensive end pass rushing tandem in all of college football. I think the bigger key for that game is going to be, can Georgia run the ball? Slow down that pass rush of Ajabo, of Hutchinson. Can they win the line of scrimmage with that talented backfield and run the ball? And then on the flip side, how about that Michigan offensive line? Win the Joe Moore Award. I think it's the best front in all of football from Georgia. That's going to be a good one on Friday.
I'm so psyched. That's like, for me, the most anticipated college football playoff semifinal game in a while. I mean, there's great games every year, but because Michigan finally has gotten this far with Jim Harbaugh, can they take the next step? And can Georgia, which surprised a lot of people when they didn't go undefeated and lost to Alabama, with how good they've been on defense this year.
No question. I mean, it's been phenomenal. And, you know, for Jim Harbaugh, what a year it was. Last year, a lot of people want to run him out of Ann Arbor, and the administration, they stuck with him, took a pay cut, completely revamped His defense went really young with that staff, and as you see with the graphic there, boy, it paid dividends. That defense has really stepped up in their ability to run the football. It's been a fun year to watch, and with Georgia getting upset against Alabama, questions now as that game becomes all the more interesting.
Here it's 3rd down and 10 for Clemson. Uiagalelei steps up and dumps it off to his check down Pace, who is wide open, and he runs out of bounds, gets them into field goal range. Remember, Potter just made a 51-yarder from where they are now would be about a 48 or 49-yarder, and they still have 28 seconds to go and a timeout.
Well, the linebackers in the middle of the field, they completely vacated, left the check down wide open for Pace to be able to get it. And it was a good decision by DJ Uiagalelei. But as the linebackers completely vacated, Orion Vance, Gary Vaughn, nobody left in the middle of the field, and a big-time first down.
Uiagalelei again dumping it off, taking the smart play there, getting the sure thing, and out of bounds is Pace, stopping the clock with 23 seconds to go.
So it's a big 3rd down. So as we're going to see, these linebackers are going to get out, and they're going to bail, completely bail, and it's going to leave the middle of the field wide open. Nobody's there. They continue to sink. They get, close to 10 to 12 yards of depth. It's a big first down to get them in field goal range.
See if they now take a couple of shots. 23 seconds to go. Instead, Uiagalelei goes underneath, but it's a first down catch down to the 19. Clock will stop to move the chains and see if Dabo uses his final timeout.
You're going to spike it right here. Save that timeout.
The officials stopping things. The clock is moving. Iowa State was allowed to substitute, but the clock should not have started.
Please reset the game clock to 17 seconds. 17 seconds, it'll start on my signal.
I like this decision right here, Dave. Save that timeout, get up to the line of scrimmage, spike it, and keep that in your back pocket.
Boy, did they actually...
No way 3 seconds should have gone off there.
Crowd doesn't like it.
It's 2nd down.
Dabo doesn't like it.
Okay, it's 2nd down because of the spike, but yeah, the 3 seconds is interesting. So we're down to 14, still 1 timeout left, 11th play of the drive here. We'll see if you probably have 2 shots at the end zone. Got to be careful, obviously. You have points, you would think, with BT Potter is one of the best kickers in the country. 21 of 25 in the season, made a couple of 50-yarders, including a 51-yarder in this game tonight.
Collins isolated up top.
Uiagalelei in trouble, gets rid of it, dangerous throw that time. Thankfully for Clemson, there were no Iowa State players in the area as he just threw it up for grabs.
Isaiah Lee with a really good rush inside. You see him using his hands on the center. Hunter Rayburn grab an arm over, and he's into Uiagalelei's lap immediately. A bit of a dangerous play there. Just letting that ball flutter in the middle of the field.
Dusty, going back to your point, they got to take advantage of the one-on-one that they've got at the bottom of the screen for y'all. 6'3" versus 5, what, 11, 5'10"?
And you would think they'd take the shot here. Again, knowing you have the field goal. Uiagalelei to the sideline, and it's dropped at the 10-yard line by Bo Collins. 5 seconds to go, 4th down, and Clemson will have to try the field goal now.
And Bo Collins doesn't look this ball in. Takes his eyes off, looks at the defender, Hummel, as he's in pursuit. He'll look that ball in, catch it before you work your way out of bounds.
But even if he catches it, you're still kicking the field goal at this point. A little surprised they didn't at least take a shot to the end zone there.
Completely with you. And as Tom mentioned, you've got a size mismatch outside. 6'4" Dakari Collins, 6'3" Bo Collins.
Timeout, Iowa State, their 2nd of the half, 30 seconds.
Bowl season continues New Year's Day on ESPN, the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl on ESPN between Notre Dame and Oklahoma State. Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One Venture X, Ohio State, Utah, and then we finish off with the All-State Sugar Bowl, Baylor and Ole Miss.
Be some great games on New Year's Day. We're going to be right here. We've got a good one. And Iowa, Kentucky, and Man, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, that's going to be awesome. The Marcus Freeman era begins. Ohio State with several opt-outs. Can't wait to see that one. And love the fact that Matt Corral is going to give it one more ride with his guys. But what a year for both Ole Miss and Baylor. Great slate on New Year's Day.
BT Potter 2 for 2. This is a 36-yard attempt. And it misses wide to the left. He had made 13 in a row before that one. First touchdown might win. We've had a pair of missed field goals, 3 made field goals, and it remains 6-3 Tigers at halftime. Clemson will get you to Kevin Agandi at the Orange Bowl for the Smile Direct Club halftime report right after this break.
We gave it headlamps that shine through the...
Always open at fairwayford.com.
Welcome back to Capital One Bowl Mania.
Welcome back to the Cheez-It Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Beautiful night in Orlando, Florida. And a packed house here at Camping World Stadium for Clemson and Iowa State. And the Tigers seeking win number 10 for the 11th consecutive year. They lead 6-3. Our first half stats brought to you by PlayStation. No touchdowns in this game. A pair of missed field goals by each team. No turnovers. Only 2 penalties for each team. DJ Uiagalelei had a productive first half with yardage, 145, second most in any half this season. Brock Purdy, Iowa State quarterback, 9 of 15 for 112 yards, and his 46th start in his final game as a Cyclone, a big part of the success for Iowa State in its 5th consecutive bowl game, a school record. Won the Fiesta Bowl against Oregon last year. In a home game for Purdy, who grew up in the Phoenix area in Gilbert. He'll be playing an East-West Shrine game coming up, and he's trying to go out on a high note by beating Clemson here in Orlando. BT Potter, who missed a 36-yard field goal at the end of the first half, will kick off here. Jalen Null is the deep man, and it will go over his head for a touchback. Welcome to the booth, Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville down on the field. Well, Dusty, we were talking about this during the break at halftime, that this game has gone exactly how we thought it would in terms of the defense. 2 top 10 defenses, they played like it in the first half.
No question, especially in the red zone. 3 red zone opportunities between the 2 teams, no touchdown. So really bowing their necks as the offenses get closer to the end zone. And no turnovers so far in this game. Whoever makes a mistake or a big play on special teams could be the difference in a defensive battle like this.
We mentioned the 2 penalties on each team. They were costly in terms of a late hit out of bounds by Clemson led to 3 points for Iowa State as Jirel Brock runs straight ahead for about 3 yards, and then he had a false start on Clemson, which cost him an opportunity at a touchdown on a goal-to-go situation.
Well, Dusty, you're right. You talk about the red zone defense. First words out of Dabo Swinney's mouth going into the locker room were the red zone penalties. First series of the first quarter, and then again on the long screen that was going into Will Shipley, and then missing the field goal in the 2-minute. Getting back to running the football is critical for Clemson in this half.
There's Purdy stepping up and dumping it off to Jared Russ. Walk on first team all Big 12 fullback, and he's got a first down.
You know, you look at this offense and talking to Matt Campbell coming out, Dusty, he said, we are so close. We're an eyelash away on a play here or a play there. He loves the productivity on third down from Brock Purdy. Says we're moving the ball. We've got to come up with some answers in the red zone.
Totally agree with that. I think both of these offenses, want to try to continue to run the football, but I was impressed with that opening half of Brock Purdy.
No Breece Hall, opted out, going to the NFL. So Jirel Brock is the running back, and a flag comes in as Brock is stacked up at the 39-yard line. Jalen Phillips leading the charge there defensively for the Tigers.
Holding offense number 52, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Trevor Downing, who is playing center because of an injury to Colin Newell. Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus is a must for Big 12 fans. The documentary series Our Time is back, and this year they have unprecedented all-access to both the Baylor men's and women's basketball teams. The show premieres Thursday, January 6th, then every Thursday for 11 more weeks. A new show will be available exclusively on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus.
Baylor's got it going right now. On the football field, on the hardwood. Great year for the Bears.
And it might be that way for a while. Here's Silas off the left side and run out of bounds at the 31. Big hit by Booth. 8 of 5. And not a good sign there with James Skalski, the veteran linebacker, that right leg in a boot. Unfortunate, man, for all he's meant to this program. Part of 5 ACC championship. And all those college football playoff semifinals, couple of national titles, and have his last game end in an injury.
I hate to see it. You know what I love to see? He's still engaged. He's still trying to help impact this game and help his team get to 10 wins.
But that's how Dabo Swinney has operated all week, as Purdy throws downfield, incomplete, going for null. When we talked to Dabo, he's always fired up, and we played for you. If you are just joining us and didn't hear at the top of the telecast, the way Dabo was addressing the team pregame, he said, let's have our best 4 quarters. No opt-outs when in a time where you got coaches opting out and leaving their teams that are in the college football playoff mix in November. You've got a lot of NFL players that are on the field tonight for Clemson playing together because they have a chance to play with their brother one more time.
No question. Andrew Booth, he's a first-round corner. Don't know if he's going to come out or not. And look, getting to 10 wins, it matters to Dabo. It matters to this team. And the way they've rallied after a 2-2 start, said it's as proud as he's been of any team he's had.
On 3rd down and 15, Purdy with time. It's behind his intended receiver. Would have been short of the line to gain. Kohler couldn't hang on. Again, the pass was behind him. Big hit by Jalen Phillips, though, to dislodge it. 4th down.
It's good coverage down the field, but as you mentioned, this pass gets away from Purdy a little bit behind Kohler. And a nice tackle coming in. Clean hit there by Jalen Phillips, separating Kohler from the football. And a good opening possession for Wes Goodwin's defense.
Goodwin taking over for Brent Venables. Now calling the plays at age 37. And it's taken into the 22. And man, Will Brown is hammered. 46-yard punt. Wilson with the stop for Iowa State. 6-3 Clemson with the lead, and the Tigers will get the ball for the first time here in the second half when we come back.
Tony, big game today, man. Let's get
45 on ESPN.
Coming up next, it is the Valero Alamo Bowl from San Antonio. 14th ranked Oregon, 16th ranked Oklahoma. Dusty's old coach, Bob Stoops, is back for one game with Lincoln Riley off to USC and Brent Venables, the new head coach at Oklahoma, the D coordinator here for a long time. Tony Elliott, longtime offensive coordinator, now the head coach at Virginia.
Dabo said how happy he was for those coaches, how much they've grown, and loves to see them go out and start their own program.
Clemson runs it here on 1st down to Will Shipley for about 2 or 3. How do you think Elliott will do at Virginia? We had them late in the season, and Bronco Mendenhall decided at the end of the year that he was done.
There's some good pieces there, and it starts with the quarterback, Brennan Armstrong, right? The fact that he's coming back and a play for Coach Elliott, that's a great building block to start his tenure there. I think he's going to have a chance to have some good success.
Another run play. Shipley looking for some room off the left side. It's not there. Only 2. Orion Vance and again Bo Freeler. We keep saying that name. True freshman. In there again on the stop. There's an injured Iowa State player though. It's Anthony Johnson. Long-time starter. 41st straight start. He's hurt.
This is Orlando. This is where we believe in magic.
Dabo Swinney seeking win number 150, and in year 14 at Clemson, his team up 6-3. Dabo is the Tiger King, and I don't know that Dabo has seen this yet, but when he gets word about it, he may not appreciate the stash. It looks good.
He may see that stash and say, I need to go for a new look. He wears it so well. How about this run, though, that Clemson's been on? I mean, it's been remarkable. First time they haven't been a part of the college football playoff. Dan Radakovich, who has now gone to Miami, such a great run for him. Just a phenomenal job by Dabo Swinney. His staff, this program has been elevated to heights it's never seen. What I love about it, he does it the right way. His players graduate, high GPAs, and they win football games.
There was some contact. Looked like Iowa State was offside. Isaiah Lee jumped into the neutral zone and made contact with an offensive lineman.
Defense in the neutral zone with contact, number 93. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
That's a big penalty because DJ Uiagalelei has not really beaten you with his arm, and so now you go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1, where you bring in the run game again.
Opens up the playbook. Quarterback run game. Q counter in play here, or Will Shipley just trying to hit it downhill against this wall of Iowa State.
Good second effort by Shipley to get the first down. Man, he runs hard. We've seen it several times tonight. Does not mind contact as he broke an arm tackle to move the sticks there.
Well, there's nothing there initially. It's a great job of the Iowa State front. There's no knockback by the Clemson offensive line, and Will Shipley just kind of keeps his legs churning, finds a way, picks a little bit of a hole, and nudges forward for just enough to move the sticks.
To your point, that Iowa State defense is stout.
Man.
Uiagalelei back to throw here. Everybody covered. Tries to dump it off. And a nice catch by Shipley. Good coverage by Vance. It'll be a gain of 6. Iowa State, again, just giving up 6 points. Mike Rose, their best player, he decided not to play in this game late. At least that's what we were told. That last night he addressed the team saying he wasn't going to play. But it's the system.
It is. And Mike Rose, what a phenomenal career he's had. Last year's Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, 49 consecutive starts. Such a key piece of this defense. Hate that he's not out here with his team tonight.
Shipley, and there's Freeler again. Man, this guy's been all over the field. The true freshman from Colorado Springs getting the start tonight.
So this is part of what this defense is. You only have 3 men up front, but the center field safety, and Bo Freeler's playing it tonight. Watch him come down right at the snap. He engages right now when he sees run. He gets his key and he comes downhill, and an excellent open field tackle to set up third medium. This true freshman, Bo Freeler, bright future for him. He's been called upon here tonight, and he has answered the bell.
Uiagalelei to throw on 3rd down and 4, facing pressure, gets rid of it at the last second, and it's juggled and caught for a first down. Bo Collins snatched it out of the air as Uiagalelei just threw that up for grabs.
Wow, it's an excellent rush on the inside, the twist game. Wazirike gets pressure, and that's a dangerous play by Uiagalelei, just putting the ball up there. But Bo Collins goes up, strong hands. What a catch.
Back to the ground game. Shipley off the edge, hurdles a defender, but Miles Purchase got just enough of Shipley to get him to the ground.
How about the athleticism here by Will Shipley? You're going to go low, I'm going to go high. Nice run there, getting to the perimeter. After that outstanding grab, still trying to figure out how Bo Collins caught that football. That was a dangerous throw.
Dusty, I think he's trying to throw it away. I just think he didn't get enough juice on it.
Big play of the drive after that 9-yard run by Shipley. 2nd down and 1, Pace is on the field, and he gets the call, and a first down inside the 40-yard line. Down to the 38. They're in the midway point here of the 3rd quarter. 3 field goals, that's all the scoring we've had.
They're playing with pace tonight. Clemson offense usually plays at a slower tempo, and Brandon Streeter, new offensive coordinator, all the plays here tonight. As we talked about, Tony Elliott gone. He's now the new OC. He played with a little bit more pace at the line of scrimmage, getting these snaps off quick.
1st and 10, out of the pistol. Uiagalelei on the pitch. Collins, and he's tackled for a loss. J.R. Singleton with the takedown in the backfield. Does Clemson try to trick play and it failed?
Well, watch Singleton. Okay, he's on a stunt, and as he reads it and he stays home. And a nice form tackle there in the backfield. It's an outstanding job there by J.R. Singleton.
So a loss of 3 gets Clemson off schedule, 2nd and 13. Out of empty, Uiagalelei on a wide receiver screen. It was Pace that was lined up out there as a flanker. And a chunk play down to the 31, so about 10 there to bring up 3rd and short.
Like the play call there, easy throw, kind of an extension of the run, put your running back outside, and it was Will Putnam getting up on the linebacker with a key block to help spring pace for a big pickup and set up 3rd and manageable.
Gonna run it with pace, and he's wrapped up short. It's Freeler making the stick. What do you do? 4th and 1.
I think he's going to go for it. I think in this situation, Dabo Swinney coming out of the half, missed their last field goal. I think he wants to be able to establish the line of scrimmage. I think he wants to come away with this drive with 6, not 3.
Right, if you get 6, you might win. It would be a 49-yard try for Potter, who made from 51, but you mentioned the miss at the end of the half going in this direction. So they go for it on 4th and 1. And Uiagalelei keeps it, pushes forward, and appears to have it.
Man, he was stopped initially. That's what 6'4", 250 plus will do at the quarterback spot. As he leans forward, man, just enough, it appears, to move the sticks. A quarterback counter follows Will Shipley. Nothing's there initially, and it's that spin roll, and he lays backwards, and it appears, Dave, he got just enough.
Gonna measure, but you see right there, that yellow line usually pretty accurate, so you would think that that would move the sticks here for Clemson, get him a fresh set of downs at the 28-yard line. His team started 2-2, lost to Georgia week 1, also had a loss in overtime to NC State. Oh my goodness, barely. It is a first down, but wow, he barely got, not even a chain link. I mean,
game of inches?
Millimeter.
Dave?
Wow, so much for the yellow line.
So, fresh set of downs. Clemson ended up losing to Pitt. They did beat Wake. They handled Wake. Ended up with 9 wins, 6-2 in conference play. Trying to get win number 10, be 11 straight year, be the 3rd program ever to do that. Florida State and Alabama. Alabama's got 14 straight right now. Shipley pushed out of bounds by Freeler after a good gain on 1st down of about 8 or 9.
Just a simple swing route, but how about Davis Allen, the tight end? Just a phenomenal block here. He's going to take 32, Gary Vaughn, all the way out of your screen into the sidelines to help pave that path for Will Shipley. Now, Davis Allen, he's an outstanding run blocker at the point of attack, out in space, improved as a pass catcher, key piece of this offense.
On 2nd and 1, they run Shipley, and he's short. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. Clemson's been down here several times and has not been able to punch it in. They had a 15-play drive that ended in a field goal. They had a 14-play drive that ended in a missed field goal. We talked about that at the end of the half. This is play 14 of this drive coming up.
This is a bend but don't break defense, one of the best red zone defenses all year in college football. See if John Haycock's defense can come up with another key stop.
Uiagalelei keeps it, stiff arms it, gets a first down inside the 15-yard line. Freeler eventually with the stop, but Uiagalelei put his arm right into the face of Craig McDonald, who's shaken up on the play. Again, Uiagalelei for the 2nd time in this drive with his feet getting a first down, and with his hand with the stiff arm on that last one. So we got the injury timeout here for McDonald. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd, 6-3 Clemson.
Team, it's been a grind.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
With Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville, I'm Dave Pash as we welcome you back to Orlando, Florida and the Cheez-It Bowl. Clemson in front of Iowa State, 6-3, and the Tigers are on the move.
All right, here's Kendall Jackson to come down. He's the read, and then you're going to see McDonald come down. Excellent fake here as 47. Kendall Jackson comes down. It's the right read, and then the stiff arm by DJ Uyunglele in the open field of Craig McDonald. Nice read and the strength there by the big quarterback.
Inside the 15-yard line. First down and 10. Inside run. Shipley breaks it to the outside and walks in for the Clemson touchdown. 11th rushing touchdown of the season for the true freshman, and the first touchdown tonight for either team. So we talked about the 2 long drives, 15 plays and 14 plays that netted a total of 3 points. That drive went 16 plays and it netted 7 points, and it's 13-3.
Just a simple sprint draw from the Clemson offense, and it's perfectly blocked and well executed. Go ahead and roll that, guys. Go ahead now. Okay, good block on the outside here. Gonna set an edge here, set an edge here, set an edge here, and then it's off to the races for Will Shipley. Excellent job caving everything down as the Iowa State defense went inside. Key block on the edge by Joseph Ngata, and Will Shipley strolls into the end zone with his 11th rushing touchdown of the season.
So that passes his coach, C.J. Spiller, for second most by a true freshman behind Travis Etienne, who had 13 in 2017, most by a running back since 1972. Spiller in the College Football Hall of Fame, great player, was a high draft pick by the Buffalo Bills, had about a 6 or 7 year career in the NFL, has gotten into coaching, and has done a great job with these young backs for the Tigers. In the field of play, it's Jalen Null for Iowa State, looking to get the edge. He does at the 30, and pushed out of bounds by the kicker, B.T. Potter. Fans join us virtually for the College Football Playoff All-Access experience, featuring exclusive content, games, and daily prize drops. Register today at ESPN.com/CFP All-Access. There was a penalty flag down on that kick return. It's against Iowa State, so that will back the Cyclones up to their 10-yard line.
Unfortunate, too. That was an excellent return there by Jalen Null, the true freshman, man. He's shown some real talent here on this field tonight. We're set Iowa State up with such good field position, now backed up on their own 10. Kind of starting to get the feeling as this clock turns down. Time of possession so much in the favor of Clemson, almost plus 10 minutes. We get closer to the fourth quarter. Important. Brock Purdy able to navigate a successful drive here.
And some movement pre-snap. That'll back him up even more.
Right tackle, Derek Schweiger.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, Matt Campbell irate with the official. Not sure what he saw that we didn't show you. He thought maybe somebody for Clemson was in the neutral zone.
They thought KJ Henry 5 was offsides.
Schweiger moved, and I didn't see movement from the defensive line. Now all of a sudden this drive backed way up. The backs against the end zone.
Timeout, Iowa State, their first of the half. 30 seconds.
Things can get away from you here, so Matt Campbell calls a timeout. Have another word with the officials, but make sure that he's on the same page with his quarterback. You got to give Matt Campbell a lot of credit. This is year 6 for him. He's had opportunities to go elsewhere, whether it's the NFL or college football. Again, hard to tell there. You saw the movement off the right side of the line, but you know, Campbell in a time where, and it's understandable why coaches go for other jobs because you're getting paid crazy money. Matt Campbell's turned that down to stay at Iowa State, and his staff has turned opportunities down to go for other jobs.
No question. And I think he's one of the great coaches in all of college football. A program builder, the culture he's created there, and he wants to help impact these young people's lives. And he's just done a phenomenal job. He said he was all about transformation, not transaction. And he says that he wants to take 18-year-old kids, help allow them to chase their dreams and turn them into quality 22-year-old men. You got to give Jamie Pollard a ton of credit as well. Built great facilities there in Ames, Iowa. Been able to get the money to retain his staff. And I just think it's one of the better jobs we've seen over the last 5 or 6 years there in Ames, Iowa.
We're being told that Campbell was upset as Purdy from the end zone throws a strike out past the 10-yard line into the 15 to Darren Wilson, so they get 10 yards back. But we're being told from somebody that heard Campbell on the field, he was upset. He thought the Clemson band was continuing to play during the cadence, and so because they're backed up right in front of the band, that was throwing off the offense.
He was very upset about it.
Yes, he was.
And passion, Matt Campbell.
So 2nd down and 5, they go empty here. Nearing 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Purdy's pass batted in the air. Purdy bats it forward, and it's intercepted by Goodrich. Inside the 10, Goodrich into the end zone. Touchdown. There is a penalty marker down, though, on the near side. Justin Maskell batted it up into the air. Purdy was trying to bat it down. Instead, he batted it forward right to Mario Goodrich. Let's see if it stands. Flag is down at the 13-yard line on the near side.
There is no foul for illegal batting. It was a legal forward pass. Any player may bat a legal forward pass. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Wow. Game-changing play here by the Clemson defense. Take a look at it here. If you can't get to the quarterback, shut the rush down, get your hands up. Excellent job there by Maskell. And Brock Purdy, if he's going to bat that ball, he's got to bat it to the ground. He's got to spike that thing like a volleyball player. And instead, it's right into the hands of Mario Goodrich, and he takes it to the house for another Clemson touchdown.
First team All-ACC, and just like that, 14 quick points by the Tigers, extending the lead to 17.
It's what you're taught as a defensive lineman. If you can't get to the quarterback and you feel that pass is being thrown, get your hands up. And just think, God, you know what Brock Purdy's thinking, right? You know what he's thinking. Just get this ball on the ground so we don't have a disastrous play. And in trying to do that, it turns into disaster. Unfortunate swing of events right there, Tom.
Yeah, it's almost like he jumped too soon, right? He's not tall enough or long enough to get up there and then have it bat down. The instinct is correct. Everything he did was correct. I'll tell you the other thing. After that play occurred, when you look at Clemson's defenders lead the charge, they all looked up somebody to block. They all were just leading the convoy. It's a well-coached football team. You drill that like crazy after a turnover.
It's a great point, Tom. You're 100% right. Turn a turnover into points on defense. Very well executed as Goodrich strolls to the end zone.
So 14 points in 53 seconds, and now Iowa State will start on its 25-yard line. College football playoff semifinals this Friday, December 31st on ESPN. 3:30 Eastern time, it's the Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young and top-ranked Alabama taking on Cincinnati and the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Then Michigan, Georgia, the Capital One Orange Bowl. The winners play Monday, January 10th on ESPN. Pick your winners, Dusty.
I think Cincinnati's going to keep it close, man. That secondary, that defense, they're going to give Bryce Young all kinds of issues, but I'm going to have to take the Tide. I do think Cincinnati, they're going to surprise some folks, and I think Michigan gets a little revenge for the way they performed the SEC title. We get the SEC championship rematch for our national championship.
Okay, because you said Michigan, so you think Georgia beats Michigan.
Yes.
As Jairo Brock takes it out to the 30 for about 5 yards.
I think both games are going to be competitive, though. I don't expect Georgia to go in there and just push Michigan around, but defense of Georgia, I think they look like the team we saw most of the year as Andrew Booth trying to get off the field.
And what could be his final game as a member of the Clemson Tigers, a junior who has a bright future in the NFL. He's really upset.
He's a phenomenal player. I think he's one of the better cornerbacks in all of college football. Great man skills. He's got loose hips, quick feet, route anticipation, and he also tackles so well.
Yeah, he was upset with something that happened after the play, and you see it here as he gets driven to the ground by Jalen Null. Boy, the umpire's right there. A little surprised that there wasn't a penalty marker. Just based on what we've seen this year with how they've called those kind of things.
Yeah, that was a very physical play by Jalen Null. Probably fortunate that didn't draw 15 yards. I just hope Andrew Booth's okay. Man, penalties really starting to.
False start. Offense number 43. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That looked like a play from arena football. Jared Russ like running like full speed before the snap.
Shoot themselves in the foot. Think about that last drive, the way it started with a good kick return. It gets backed up and then a false start. Obviously the disaster with the turnover. Here you're in 2nd and 5, second and good situation, and now you're backed up to 2nd and 10 with another self-inflicted penalty.
I have the movie American Underdog in my head. That's why I brought up the arena football. Great movie if you haven't seen it. About the life of Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Outstanding. 2nd and 10 through the hands of Null. Incomplete. That was a forward pass.
Boy, right now, you can kind of sense it, right? Clemson's defense flying around. That's the one thing, going back to what Coach Venables demands, running to the football. And that's going to continue here with Wes Goodwin. And you see him flying around the field. And you got to know right now, down 20 or up 20-3 passing situation, ears will be pinned back coming after Brock Purdy.
When Goodwin was named the D coordinator, there were a lot of people outside of the program that said, what? But in talking with the Clemson coaches and the support staff, as Purdy is in trouble and gets it away to Null on 3rd and 10. He's tackled short of the line to gain, so it's 4th down and 5. But in talking to people around the program, they were not surprised at all. In fact, the players knew what they were getting with Wes Goodwin. They were very pleased, we're told, with the decision. And again, I know you talked with Brent Venables, who had the job and is now the head coach at Oklahoma. He sung the praises, as others did, of Wes Goodwin, including Bruce Arians.
It's his right-hand man, right? And as you said, at Arizona, I mean, and talking with other people around the program, and Dabo Swinney said it was an absolute no-brainer. As the guy's football IQ off the charts. Another Clemson Tiger, KJ Henry. Good to see him get up, be able to walk off the field on his own.
So 4th down and 6. Iowa State will punt it back to Clemson, leading 20-3 with 2 scores in less than a minute. Open up a 17-point lead. If this score holds, this would be the 6th loss for Iowa State. 4 losses by 1 score. It also lost to Iowa outside of conference play. A flag is down, and Will Brown wrapped up at the 40-yard line. The other losses for Iowa State: at Baylor, at West Virginia, at Texas Tech, at Oklahoma. They were preseason number 7 in the AP poll. Clemson was preseason number 3.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, receiving team number 2. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. It's 1st down.
It's on Fred Davis. You don't normally see that by return team. Take a look at the performance update prepared by Tax Act. 53 seconds, 2 touchdowns. Here's Will Shipley on that sprint draw that you talked about, Dusty, and then the interception by Goodrich off the batted ball by Justin Maskell, and everybody out there blocking for Goodrich to spring him for the pick 6.
This game is just completely flipped here at the latter part of this 3rd quarter. Crucial possession here for this Iowa State defense, and they've been down before this season. Down big at Texas Tech, down double scores against Oklahoma, yet they continue to fight. They never give up. and they typically find themselves with the football and a chance to win in most games. We'll see if they can battle back with their backs against the wall.
Uiagalelei moving to his left. That ball's tipped and intercepted. A diving pick by Jake Hummel, and just like that, Iowa State is in business.
Like I said, this team is not going to quit. They don't know how to quit. They're going to keep fighting and scrapping and clawing. And it's Will McDonald getting his hand on the football. And Jake Hummel picking it off, giving it life back into this Iowa State football team. Good athletic play by the outstanding pass rusher, getting his hands on the ball. And Jake Hummel played so much football for this game. 62nd career game played. Nice job diving out, full extension, and corralling that football as he goes to the ground.
Now, if you're Iowa State, you got to get 6 here after getting a takeaway and starting at the Clemson 28-yard line. Purdy on the move, got a man wide open. He threw it out of bounds, though. Oh, he had him. Noah was open down the sideline, but the pass was wide of the target. Made the catch, but could not get the foot down. That would have been a gain of about 20.
Oh, you've got to take advantage of these opportunities when you have them with your Brock Purdy. You're going to see Goodrich come off your screen. He was on a corner blitz. Nobody accounts for Noah on the sidelines. Did he get... Man, he was close. No, unable to get that foot in bounds. Man, that should have been an easy pitch and catch from Brock Purdy. Pass that he sure wishes he could have back.
Only about 50% completion percentage. He's at 73% in the year, 4th in the country. In trouble here, but steps up. Moving left and throws it out of bounds.
That's good coverage down the field. The scramble drills. Brock Purdy breaks the pocket. Nobody comes open down the field. Just has to throw this ball away. Here's a crazy stat for you. Clemson this year, off of turnovers. Okay, 24 points have been scored on Clemson off of turnovers. 21 of those were defensive touchdowns off the turnover. This defense has only allowed 3 points to an offense off of turnovers all season. So when they snap back after their offense gives it away, they've come up with stops time and time again throughout the season.
A field goal at least gets you back within 2 scores, but a touchdown would give you a ton of confidence. 3rd down and 10.
What about the tight end, Charlie Kohler? Good time for him.
Gonna run the ball with Brock, and he's going nowhere. Interesting call there as McGuire throws him out of bounds. Matt Campbell wants a flag for a late hit, but not gonna get it. They're obviously going for it, I guess, or no, they're gonna bring on Nevis, but
I don't get that call. I don't understand the selection there by Tom Manning. I mean, you've got a senior quarterback who's shown to make big plays coming back in games throughout the course of his career and this season.
Maybe they're just thinking, Dusty, you know what, we got to make sure we get something, and we turned it over in the last possession, so let's run it. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't outflank this Clemson defense to the edge.
Or maybe if he got 5 yards, they would have gone for it. I'm
conservative call.
And that hooks, and it's good. Didn't look good initially, but 45-yarder from Andrew Mevis, and Iowa State gets 3 points from the takeaway and back within 14.
Well, as you mentioned, looks like my driver sometimes.
That good, huh?
That thing, yeah. Draw on that baby. Nice kick right there. 2-score game now. I don't know, Tom. I just felt really conservative in that spot. You got a guy like Brock Purdy. You got Charlie Kohler, one of the best pass-catching tight ends in the country. And
right.
Just almost resigned to the fact that we're going to kick a field goal.
Well, and today's point, okay, maybe you think you're going to run it up inside and go for it on 4th, but athletically, you don't have the advantage running to the boundary on the perimeter against Clemson's front.
But they do get something, so you're not in the 4th quarter yet. You're back within 2 scores. Purdy only 7 for his last 19 after a 5 of 5 start, including the interception off of a batted football that was returned for a touchdown by Goodrich. This ball is absolutely crushed. Touchback will come out to the 25. There are lots of different ways to enjoy the college football playoff semifinals this Friday, December 31st. You got the main broadcast, of course, on ESPN. ESPN2 Command Center, you got Skycast and ESPNU. SEC Network, you get the hometown radio for Alabama and Georgia. ESPN Deportes, the game called in Spanish. Bama, Cincinnati, Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Michigan, Georgia, Capital One, Orange Bowl.
Got options, baby. Kind of like with Cheez-Its. So many flavors to choose from.
And you tried them all tonight. With the exception still, we're holding out for the Luganville special, the Buffalo Cheez-It, which he is hoarding for himself down on the field. Phil Maffa, just true freshman who doesn't get a lot of touches, gets the carry there, gain of 2.
Hey, Dusty, you were mentioning the uniqueness of this defense. So you've got the 3 deep safeties, and I think what Clemson's got a beat on is they're going and they're using backfield action and taking it to where the trigger safety is. The trigger, the safety's coming down the alley, usually 17, and then they run opposite. So they end up gaining the numbers opposite of where the triggered safety comes down. That's how Will Shipley scored his last touchdown.
They run it on 2nd down and 8, and again Maffa. It's positive yardage out to the 31, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4. It's a huge play here for Iowa State's defense. Can it get off the field and get the ball back to Brock Purdy here in the closing stages of the 3rd quarter? John Haycock, 6th-year defensive coordinator. Iowa State 10th in the country in defense this year. DJ Uiagalelei on his last pass threw an interception. We'll see if Clemson lets him sling it here if they keep it on the ground. They do have to snap it here before the end of the quarter. Uiagalelei to throw. High percentage pass, but it's knocked away from the tight end, incomplete. McDonald batted it down. It was intended for Davis Allen. 4th down.
What's an outstanding play here by Craig McDonald. Watch it break on the football. I mean, that ball's out. He's breaking on it. He gets that left hand in to knock that ball loose. I mean, an outstanding individual effort right there by Craig McDonald. As you mentioned, partner, that's a crucial 3rd down. You got to get a stop right there. A big-time pass breakup.
So now you're going to start the 4th quarter in possession. Even if you take up half the quarter getting a scoring drive and you get 7 points, you're back within a score with a lot of time left. So those 3 points they got off the interception were big. And now you have a really short punt, and the fair catch made. Good field position to start the 4th quarter for Iowa State on its 38-yard line after only a 32-yard punt. Don't go away. Iowa State in possession. Down 20-6 though. 4th quarter coming from Orlando.
Geez, really tasty stuff.
4th quarter in Orlando of the 2021 Cheez-It Bowl. Clemson in front, 20-6, 14 points in less than a minute, including an interception return for a touchdown. Iowa State got 3 near the end of the 3rd to get within 14, and the Cyclones have the football to start the 4th. They had only 15 yards in that 3rd quarter on 14 plays. A lot of time left, and they got a veteran quarterback in Brock Purdy, his 46th career start. Back to throw here. Got an open man. It's null. And a 1st down into Clemson territory. Stumbles out at the 47-yard line, but in one play, they're on the Clemson side of the field.
Well, there's a lot to like about Jalen Null. Excellent speed in the open field, just a shallow crosser. And as he gets picked up by the linebacker, runs away at a big pickup.
Here's Brock. Again, 23 attempts all season for Jirel Brock, but now 13 in this game, taking over for Breece Hall, who is NFL-bound, All-America tailback, led the country in total touchdowns. Hall is here tonight, but opted out of this game. Brock, a sophomore, getting a big opportunity here. He got 5 yards on that 1st down play.
Downhill type of running back. Throughout the course of the year, primarily a 3rd down protector. I've seen some of what this coaching staff likes so much out of him at times tonight.
Well, they go empty here. They're going to shift Brock, though, behind the quarterback, and they throw it back this way to Noah's going to throw it deep. Oh, the ball was tipped, and it's intercepted by McGuire. McGuire brings it back. He loses the ball. It's free. There's a flag down. Did Iowa State get it back? Boy, Chase Allen was open downfield, too. That was there for Iowa State. It got tipped, though, and picked off by McGuire. Iowa State got it back. Recovered by Derek Schweiger, the right tackle.
The result of the play is an interception, a fumble recovered by the offense. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 0. Wow. The 15-yard penalty is enforced from the previous spot with an automatic first down.
I want to see where the roughing the passer took place.
It's one Andrew Makuba, I believe.
I think it was Carter is what they're called.
Yeah. My apologies.
Let's see where it happened, though.
Yeah, Andrew, you got it, right, Carter.
And he hit Null there. Null, I guess as a defender, when it's not the quarterback, you maybe think differently about how you go at him.
He jumped and kind of came with his hands down. Avo Sweeney is not happy about that whatsoever. Wow, what a crazy turn of events there. Seemed like disaster initially for Iowa State. And after the penalty, they're inside the 30.
Wide receiver screen. Ball comes out of there, and it goes backwards and out of bounds. It's going to stay Iowa State ball as it was caught by Daniel Jackson, and then it got punched out, so it's going to be a negative play of about 2 yards.
All right, here we go. He's going to come down, Carter, and he's going to jump and come down on the head with his hands. Yep, that's the right call by the official.
And I'm not making excuses for him, but again, you wonder when it's not the quarterback, you treat it differently, you're thinking differently, right, about how you go at a receiver that's going to throw the ball.
No question. Absolutely, no question. That's a true freshman in Barrett Carter. And what a hit there, jarring that ball loose on first down. Pads are popping down there, partner.
Purdy to throw, blitz off the edge. Purdy dumps it off over the middle inside the 30, and Brock lands on a Clemson player. Gets to the 27-yard line, so it's going to bring up third down and about 9.
Jairel Brock just sneaks out of the backfield at the last minute as a safety valve to allow Brock Purdy to get rid of that football and get a little bit back after that ball was jarred loose.
Are you in 4-down territory?
Hey, yes, you're in 4-down territory at this point. Down 2 touchdowns. You don't have to get the entire first down. I'm still waiting for him to try to identify and find 88, Charlie Kohler.
They're 0 for 4 on third down and 9 or longer. Purdy pulls it back, in trouble, being chased. He keeps it. He's at the 20, and he gets the first down. That was a smart play by Purdy. Knew exactly where the sticks were. Gets the first down to the 18-yard line.
Wow, that's a gutsy play by Brock Purdy. He wanted to go to Kohler, but there was a middle-of-the-field linebacker sitting there in the hole. He knew he couldn't go to it, and it was a foot race to the sidelines, and one that Brock Purdy won. Key block there by Jared Russ to help allow Brock Purdy to get to the edge. Big-time third-down conversion for the senior.
Purdy owns or shares 32 school records at Iowa State. Did he get his team within a score? In the red zone, play clock at 1. Purdy fakes to his right, now fires over the middle, and it's caught inside the 10, close to the first down by Wilson, right at the sticks of the 8-yard line. And it is first and goal.
Good protection there. Brock Purdy time to survey the field. Took a while for Wilson to work all the way across. Late break there by Jalen Phillips and another first down.
It's a good bounce back by Purdy as well. You talked about it. You got a veteran quarterback. You put it in his hands. You trust him in this situation. He got the first down with his feet. Then the last play with his arm. He's 4 of 4 on this drive. Let's see what he does here on first and goal. Gonna hand it off. Brock makes the first man miss, but then pushed back at the 6-yard line by K.J. Henry.
To your point, Brock Purdy, always the same as Matt Campbell told us. Even kill in tough times. He handles success and failure the same. That's why he's able to bounce back. As we've seen Iowa State, an outstanding red zone offense throughout the course of the season. Now, a large part of that, though, partner, is because they have Breece Hall to typically hand it to. And obviously, no Breece Hall here tonight.
And you have a big target in Xavier Hutchinson, as we've barely seen in this game. He's got a broken thumb. We saw him out there earlier, but it's been a while.
2 big targets as well at tight end. And they're going to be at the bottom of your field, of your screen. 11, Chase Allen. 88, Charlie Kohler. That's 6'7" and 6'6", red zone targets.
Purdy has to call a timeout with a play clock at 1, so that's a timeout you don't want to have to use in that situation, but he did. They only have 1 left.
Team, it's been a grind, but
Well, it's going to have to be somebody else to get a key touchdown here for Iowa State. Down 2 scores. They have a 2nd and goal. Breece Hall led the country with 23 total touchdowns, 20 on the ground. Other Iowa State running backs this season, a total of 3. But again, not many opportunities, just 43 carries coming into this game. Still have some options here to run it. 2nd and goal on the 6, and you have Jairel Brock as the back. Purdy to the air, flips it back in the end zone. It's caught. It's Kohler. It's an Iowa State touchdown.
Been waiting for this. Such a great red zone target. This connection, as we're going to see, we don't have it in the screen, but it's going to be a simple. Go ahead and freeze it right there, guys. As he made this cut into the inside, 0, Barrett Carter. We're with the head fake. It was a great head fake. On the slant, he comes inside. Carter bit with it, worked outside, middle of the field wide open, and an easy pitch and catch from Purdy to Kohler.
3-time All-America tight end, Campbell Trophy winner, the academic Heisman, a guy that got 1 offer for scholarship. That was Iowa State. From Norman, Oklahoma. Played high school basketball. Was a teammate of Trae Young, but he's become one of the best tight ends in the country. Big score here. Iowa State back within 7 early in the 4th in Orlando.
the Cheez-It Bowl is brought to you by Cheez-It. Cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
Some pretty good MVPs in there.
No doubt. Guy, you know pretty well there at the Arizona Cardinals.
Cliff Kingsbury? How about the first guy we showed, Phillip Rivers, who reportedly got a phone call this week from the Colts coaching staff about maybe coming back to play.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. How about the belt, man? Who's going to put that belt on tonight? And an air guitar? You got a belt and a guitar all in one? The versatility and a cape. How about Brock Purdy on that drive? 5 of 5, 38 yards and a touchdown. And he finds his favorite target, the big tight end, Charlie Kohler.
No question, the MVP award for this game, and that belt still to be determined who's going to get it. It's a good bounce back by Iowa State, 10 unanswered points. Clemson ball, 9:42 to go. Things turning around on that interception, which was deflected by Will McDonald and picked off by Jake Hummel. It led to 3 points. Uiagalelei had a productive first half. And he's under evaluation right now. We talked a lot about the changes on the coaching staff, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. It's expected that the offensive line coach, Robbie Caldwell, is going to retire. Longtime O-line coach with Clemson and NC State. But also, Uiagalelei is going to have some competition in Cade Klubnik, who might be the best quarterback in high school. They run it here in Shipley, stiff arming. Eisworth with a good tackle. They're going to throw a flag, though. They might say here that it's a horse collar tackle.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play, automatic first down.
That's 2 personal foul penalties on Eisworth today, the 3-time captain.
He's just trying to get Shipley to the ground. It looked like his hand got in the grasp of that back opening. That's the right call by the official. My old teammate Roy Williams kind of made that somewhat famous, or made it a penalty. It's a big play on first down. He attacked on the 15. Greg Eisworth, I still marvel at the career Greg Eisworth has put forth for Iowa State. You mentioned it, 2 costly 15-yard penalties tonight, but the impact he's had on this defense for the last 4 years, it's been outstanding.
So in one play, Clemson is already at midfield, leading by 7. Shipley off the left side into Iowa State territory and keeps the feet moving. We've seen that several times from him. Now a flag comes in. One of the offensive linemen came in there late.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Putnam. Can't come in on the pile after the play.
After the play, personal foul, offense number 56, 15-yard penalty. It's second down, the down counts.
It's going to be second down then at about 20, and you see Dabo saying be smart to Will Putnam.
That's exactly right. This play's over. It's the right call. I mean, this play's over. Zach Peterson's on the ground. Not like he did anything wrong. And Putnam just with an untimely mental mistake right there. Goes from 2nd and 2 to what, 2nd and 17.
Iowa State's got to take advantage of this right here. They've got to get off the field defensively. No question.
Uyunglele, swing pass, Shipley out in space. Able to break one tackle, get to midfield, and then brought down there by Craig McDonald. So gain of about 8, still third down and long. Now you put DJ Uyunglele in a position where he's got to make a play. How many? We've seen swing passes, we've seen some dump offs. We haven't really seen him throw it down the field much.
We haven't seen him throw it down the field, I don't think any. Past 15 yards, it's all been intermediate throws, quick game, swings, screens. I don't think we see him necessarily put it down the field here in this spot either.
Well, look where the safeties are. They're 8 to 10 yards off the ball, and Clemson hasn't tried to attack it one time.
Third down and 8. Midway through the 4th. They're going to run that sprint draw again. And Pace broke one tackle, but then knocked down by 3 Cyclones at the 46-yard line. It's 4th down and about 6.
But when you play for John Haycock, you got to have effort. I want you to watch these Cyclone defenders rally to the football. It's that sprint draw once again. Nice job coming downhill by Johnson. And look at that host of Cyclones running him out of bounds. When you pop in the tape of this Cyclone defense, they are fundamentally sound. They leverage the football, and they play with their hair on fire. Great effort to get the stop and force the punt.
So now they'll get the ball back with a ton of time, down 7. Will Spires, excellent punter, trying to pin Iowa State deep. It lands at the 5, and Clemson downs it at the 2, right on cue. Phenomenal punt, and Andrew Makuba was down there. Iowa State has to basically go the length of the field to try and tie the game here in Orlando.
Geez, really tasty stuff.
Smarter way to warranty. Visit Upsy.com.
A brilliant last drive for Brock Purdy, 5 of 5 passing, leading Iowa State down the field. Also had this big run on 3rd down and long, getting a first down, and eventually gets him into the end zone.
He was awesome. And you go back to that 3rd quarter, I believe just 3 of 9 for 22 yards and the interception, and he bounces back in the 4th quarter, flawless. And the 3rd and 9 that he picked up with his legs, it was outstanding. And once again, this Iowa State team with the football, a chance to tie it late in the 4th quarter.
That touchdown, the 100th of his career that he's accounted for, most in the history of Iowa State. 97 yards away from tying the game. They run it on 1st down, and it's a negative play as Brock is wrapped up by Tyler Davis for a 1-yard loss. Man, Clemson is so good on that defensive line every year.
Penetrate up the field, inside little slant there, and Davis gets underneath the blocker and gets the TFL.
Purdy to throw from the middle of the end zone and dumps it off across the middle to Brock. He comes up short, but it'll be 3rd and about 1. Tackle made by Levante Bentley.
It's the 2nd time we've seen this in the 4th quarter from Brock. Stays in initially and then leaks out at the last moment. No one there in the middle of the field. Nice check down by Brock Purdy to give yourself a little bit of room as you were backed up against your own end zone.
Great eyes from Purdy, too, man, because his eyes could have came down under duress. Knew where his outlet was. Veteran move when you're backed up.
And with only one timeout, this is an enormous third down. You don't want to kick it back to Iowa State. Purdy throws complete for a first down to Null. Again, that shows you the confidence they have in their veteran quarterback, having him throw it there on third down and short. Yes, it was high percentage, but we've seen him miss on a couple of those tonight.
Makuba late to get over there. A lot of cushion there with the slot receiver. Null, easy pitch and catch.
First down from the 20. Purdy. And stumbling as he makes the catch is Silas, and down he goes for a loss of about 4 at the 16.
Just lost his footing there, Dave. Kind of got turned around a little bit, lost his footing.
So now you're at 2nd and 14. Clock at 5:20 and counting. Again, just one timeout. True freshman Silas stays in there at running back. Out of the pistol here for Purdy. Now changing things up. Play clock is at 10. Purdy has completed his last 8 passes here in the fourth quarter. Looking for 9 in a row. Has time. Ball batted again. Incomplete. The last time that happened, Clemson got a touchdown. A row. Got the hand up. 3rd and 14.
A row. Nice job getting his rip up. As you're to see him working. Going to come inside. Oh, he's working on the center. Downing gets that rip up and gets the opposite hand on the football. Big time pass deflection, setting up 3rd and long.
Xavier Hutchinson has checked into the game despite a broken thumb. We have not seen him very often, but he is out there. 3rd down and 14.
2 high safeties here.
Purdy in trouble, gets hit and sacked back at the 10-yard line. KJ Henry got him. It's 4th down and long.
Well, KJ Henry, the graduate senior, watch him work here. Just a hoop drill. He's going to turn the corner, work the hoop, keep running. Brock Purdy never felt that pressure come from behind, and a massive sack to get the Clemson defense off the field.
First sack tonight, and now Iowa State has to punt from its end zone and absolutely has to get a 3 and out. But because only one timeout, if they get the ball back, there won't be a lot of time left. Short punt, fair catch made at the 42-yard line of Iowa State for Will Brown. KJ Henry with a big play, forcing the punt. Clemson will be back on offense with a 7-point lead when we come back.
Cheez-It snacks are the most satisfying
treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Hey fans, check out the ESPN app for the Capital One postgame immediately following the game. Prince Chedward really hand out the MVP belt. Hard to say who it's going to be. Clemson has a 7-point lead right now. Don't forget, coming up next, the Valero Alamo Bowl, Oregon and Oklahoma. More bowl action tomorrow, leading up to the college football playoff semifinals on December 31st. First down for Clemson. They keep it on the ground with Shipley. And no gain. Let's see, did Iowa State use its last timeout here or save it? They had to burn one when Iowa State was backed up, and Matt Campbell was upset with the officials about the Clemson band. He thought they were disrupting the cadence of Purdy still playing while he was trying to talk to and call the play. And then they called another timeout earlier in the quarter when they were in a goal-to-go situation and the play clock was winding down.
Those timeouts are precious, man. That's why in those moments, you don't have to use them. You got to find a way to hold on to them. We'll see if this Iowa State offense can get the ball back with enough time to try to pull the comeback.
It was a good start, getting a negative play on first down. Shipley again, and he gets back to the line and maybe a yard. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 10, and Matt Campbell will save that timeout. So if you can get a stop here, call a timeout with about 2.5 to go. Problem is you got a great punter in Will Spires who just pinned him inside the 5 the last time.
Awazarike, 58 inside there. Man, he is such a stout defensive tackle. I think he projects as an NFL 3 technique. So disruptive, plays with his hands. He's massive at 6'6", 320. Still learning the game. He was a late starter to football. This whole defensive line for Iowa State, they've been good tonight. I don't think that we're going to see him throw the football here. I think they're going to keep him on the
Timeout
ground.
Clemson, their first of the half. 30 seconds.
Well, the play clock was at 1, and so Dabo Swinney called the timeout. So then clock will start on the snap. They've won 101 consecutive games when leading by 17 or more, going back to 2010. They're up 20-3 in this game. It's now 20-13, and they have a 3rd down and long. So at this point, it would be shocking if they let DJ Uiagalelei throw in this situation, but you're not just playing for this game, you're also playing for the future. So do you say, you know what, we trust him to make the right decision. If nothing's there, throw it away, or just tuck it and run?
Well, don't throw it away. You want to make Iowa State burn that timeout, right? Make them, whenever, if they're going to get the football, you know, you want them to have to use that. I think they're going to keep it on the ground here. I think it makes too much sense to, and avoid somewhat disaster, and it'll force Iowa State to burn a timeout. And the way your defense has played all night, don't you trust them more than anything on your football team?
Clemson's punter, too.
But guess what? High percentage situation. So he just takes off here, takes the sack. Iowa State will call the timeout. But they trusted him. They allowed him there to make the decision. If it wasn't there, just tuck it. Go to the ground.
Well, it was a screen to one side and it was a swing to the other. So, I mean, it wasn't like they were going to throw the football down the field.
Matt Campbell's not calling a timeout, by the way.
He's going to save it. Interesting.
I think he's doing it because without it, it just puts so much pressure on you as a play caller, right? I mean, you have to be so on point so fast without any time to be able to settle down and think about your next move.
I mean, you do have 2 minutes. You're going to have 2 minutes and a timeout.
Right.
But again, Spires, we talked about it last time he pinned him inside the 5. One of the best punters in the country. It's his 69th career game. Iowa State came after him. He gets rid of it. And again, does a good job. Fair catch made by Null at the 10. So you got to go 90 yards with 1:52 and a timeout. But that worked out perfectly for Iowa State to get the ball back at least in this situation with a timeout.
Done this time and time again this year. I go back to, there's 2 games they lost. Texas Tech, back against the wall. They fought back, tied it up, lost on a 62-yard field goal. Oklahoma down 2 scores. They cut it to 7, have the ball driving in, and then it was a Purdy interception, how the game ended. But this is a team that never quits, stays in the game. Their 4 Big 12 losses all came down to either the final possession or final play of the game. And tonight, it's no different for Matt Campbell's bunch.
And you wonder, with 1:52 and the timeout, you can still run the ball. You have enough time here to go the length of the field. Purdy will throw it, though, has to step up and dumps it off. Brock tracked down at the 19-yard line by Bentley. It's a gain of 8. The clock is moving, 1:40 and counting.
Good decision once again as a Clemson defender declared and tried to come with Purdy, leave Brock open, and a good find by Purdy.
Now you got to go a little faster here.
Yeah, got to go.
Purdy to the air, again leaving the pocket, being chased, in trouble, backs up and wisely throws it away with Bentley bearing down on him. Boy, it looked like he left the pocket really early there.
No one open down the field. Bentley was barreling down on him, and Brock Purdy started to move, as you mentioned, maybe a tad bit prematurely, but it was great coverage down the field. They had nowhere to go with that football.
Clock is stopped, 1:19 to go. Still have the timeout. 4-down territory, obviously, trailing by 7, 20-13.
Well, is this fun or what? Man, Wes Goodwin in his first game, defense with a chance to win it.
And on the other side, you got the veteran quarterback, maybe the best in the history of Iowa State football. He's certainly the winningest. He throws a completion here and a first down out to the 28-yard line to Shaw, so the clock will stop here to reset the chains with 1:13 to go.
Really good ball placement there by Brock Purdy to Shaw. Tight window throw, throws away from the defender, throws Shaw open for the first down.
Purdy from the pocket, here comes the pressure. Purdy lobs it to the sideline and out of bounds. Jalen Phillips trying to keep that foot down with the ball by Purdy, sailed out of play far enough.
Pressure here. See Miles Murphy, Xavier Thomas, as Tom was pointing out, the amount of top 10, top 15 overall talented recruits on this defensive line. There's 2 of them right there, having the walls close up on Brock Purdy.
It's like they got a little defensive line garden. They just grow them.
Everybody covered again, so Purdy moves outside the pocket and throws it away again. Now it's 3rd down and 10, 52 seconds remaining. That's still the one timeout.
That time the protection was good. The coverage was better, right? As you mentioned, nowhere to go with the football.
You said it, you got Wes Goodwin, first game, taking over for Brent Venables, who helped lead you to 2 national titles, now the head coach at Oklahoma. You're calling plays for the first time. What does he do here on 3rd and 10?
I think you're playing coverage. I don't think you get overly aggressive. You trust your pass rush. Dedicate 7 on the back end.
Purdy from the pocket over the middle. It's caught. Look to be short of the line to gain. Kohler will see where they spot forward progress. It's 4th down and about 2. Yep, I'm going to call the timeout. 40 seconds left.
Got to use it right here, Dave. Sorry, got to use it. Have to. I mean, because this is it, right? This is the game. You can't rush into something at this moment. You got to get a good play called, your best play called here on 4th down.
Let's see, too. They spotted the 36. That is about where he caught the ball, and then you see he got back there. So it's 4th down and about 3. Looks to be a good spot, right?
That's a good spot, yeah. Right where it should be.
Thought they might put a second or 2 back on the clock based on when the timeout was called, but it's at 39 seconds and no timeouts remaining. 4th down and between 2 and 3.
This is essentially, Tom, your best 2-point play, right? I mean, it's what we got, 4th and 2. No different than if you had to go for it in a 2-point situation. We'll see what Iowa State dials up here.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think the one thing with a right-handed quarterback in Brock Purdy, if you look at where the ball's located, it might take away some pocket movement to his natural side, which would be his right side, which may hurt, because, you know, to your point with the 2-point play, you pick the hash mark, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you want to move it, now you can't move it. If they don't move the pocket, this has to be a ball that is out of Brock Purdy's hand quickly.
Any chance of a run play?
I doubt it. Brock Purdy, maybe if he breaks the pocket and gets on the perimeter and runs for the 1st down, I think you got to be looking 88. You got to be looking 13.
If it's a run, it could be a quarterback draw.
This is it for Iowa State. 4th down and 2. They go empty. That's Brock leaving the backfield, the running back. Purdy to throw, pumps, steps up, takes off, gets the 1st down, and he fumbles the ball. He jumps on it, back at the 37-yard line. That's short of the marker.
Fence short of the line to gain 1st down.
Wow. They turn it over on downs because Purdy lost the ball. Recovered it behind the line. Clemson has the football. And 33 seconds away from victory.
Wow, what a finish to this ball game.
Have you guys ever seen that?
And how about the effort here by Goodrich? Wow, Goodrich comes in with his right hand, the old peanut punch, knocking it loose. Brock Purdy has to jump on it short of the line to gain. What a finish and what a game for Goodrich. He gets the pick 6 earlier and makes the play of the game to finish this off. We might have just figured out who's going to get that belt for MVP of this game.
I think you did. I think you nailed it. You wonder there, Jalen Null, he was out there blocking. Did that distract Purdy? He almost ran into him. He was trying to get around him, and then Goodrich reached in and punched the ball free. Turnover on downs, and now Clemson 1 knee away from victory.
What a football game, Dave. Holy cow. We thought coming in to be highly competitive. And for anybody out there that says these bowl games don't matter to these teams, I present to you evidence A. What a ball game.
So Dabo called a timeout. They dumped the Cheez-Its on him. I think he wants to get maybe some other guys out there that don't normally get a snap, I'm guessing. Not sure why otherwise he would call the timeout there. But how about this? This is 11 straight 10-win seasons for Clemson. That's the 3rd longest ever. Florida State and Alabama, each with 14 in a row. It's a current win streak for the Crimson Tide, who play obviously Friday, December 31st. against Cincinnati in one of the 2 college football playoff semifinals.
And guys, how bad do you feel for Brock Purdy? To have the career he's had and to go out with that being the last play for him, it's a darn shame.
He has had an outstanding career, but 2 costly turnovers for Purdy. The interception for a touchdown off the batted pass, and then the turnover on downs when he had the first down prior to the ball being punched loose.
No question. Brock Purdy, he's had a sensational career. It doesn't take anything away from what he's accomplished at Iowa State and everything that he's done.
That's crazy.
Our Capital One player of the game is Will Shipley. Had a rushing touchdown. Also had 5 catches, so over 100 yards from scrimmage in this game. And this is a strong close to the season for Clemson, winning 6 in a row. They told us as they douse
Jesus and Gatorade.
That's Rob Mixture. That's Robbie Caldwell, the outstanding offensive line coach who's been doing that at Clemson and NC State. Expected to retire, and his players love him. He's got a lot of guys that have gone on to the NFL. 150th win for Dabo Swinney, the 6th fastest to get to career win number 150. He told us, hey, yeah, I know we're not in the playoff. First time in 7 years, but we're taking this seriously. This is big for us. Nobody opted out. Everybody that was healthy played. They played hard. With the new coaching staff turning the page to a new era next year with a new OC and a new DC, and they end up winning the Cheez-It Bowl. And let's go to Tom down the field.
Well, Coach, this game wasn't easy. The regular season wasn't easy. But it's also been something that's been good for your football team, hasn't it?
Oh, man, listen. It's all about how you finish. What an unbelievable effort right here by this team. You know, 10 wins. Hey, good job, buddy. 10 wins, 11 years in a row. I mean, that's historic. I don't think people realize how hard that is to do. We've always wanted to be in a program of consistency, back against the wall, 2-2. And man, these guys just stayed in the now, kept focusing, kept the faith. You know, they fought the fight, they kept the faith, and they finished tonight. And I'm just super proud of them. Great to be able to love on them seniors a little bit right there. But Iowa State's a heck of a team. We knew that. I mean, it's every game for them has been a one-possession game. That's just kind of who they are. So we knew we were going to have a tough fight. But just really proud of our football team. We had 28 guys unavailable for the Tigers tonight, scholarship guys. And we've had over 18 about every game all year. 2 coordinators gone, and man, these guys just come together and just show what Clemson's made of.
For those who think that bowl games aren't important, you didn't have any opt-outs.
No.
Why is that?
Well, they love to play, first of all. We got a bunch of competitors, and unfortunately, a bunch of guys hurt. Skowski tore his plantar fascia, whatever, and, you know, McGuire goes in there. So, man, they just got, you know, heart of a champion and eye of a tiger. That's all I can tell you. They love Clemson. Clemson's bigger than any coach. It's bigger than any player, and that's what you saw with this team all year long. We just kept finding a way. It's been a special year. It's been a great year, and man, this team was committed. They, you know, just because you got the same name don't mean you're a family. But these guys were truly a family all year long, and man, I love these players. I've enjoyed the year, and you know, hopefully we reset a little bit on the appreciation of winning and what it takes to win, the mentality you got to have to win. And man, I'm really happy for our fans. You know, what is this, 6 in a row, 8 out of 9, and our 8th bowl win in our last 10. So great win for us. Gives us good momentum going into 22, and for these seniors to be able to go out like they did tonight, and to see a lot of young players, a lot of young talent, and to come out. And how about our defense? You know, I know Brent Venables is somewhere smiling, and he's saying, "I told you my defense didn't go to Oklahoma. I told you." I can hear him right now. Love you, Brent. Love you, Tony. I know you guys are watching, man.
Well, if you're hungry, you got some Cheez-Its on your neck. Go eat.
I got them in my back.
So the shout out to Brent Venables and also Tony Elliott, the offensive coordinator, is now the head coach at Virginia. And Clemson with 11 consecutive 10-win seasons, 3rd longest ever. Alabama's active 14 straight 10-win seasons. Remember, for live coverage of the Capital One postgame from here at the Cheez-It Bowl, log into the ESPN app immediately following the game. Up next, the Valero Alamo Bowl, Oklahoma and Oregon. For Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville, I'm Dave Pash. Now to Kevin Agandi in the studio.
Dave, thank you so much. Getting you ready, Valero Alamo Bowl. Caleb Williams in Oklahoma getting ready for